Seattle here on this road trip, and now they're in Portland.
Yeah, absolutely, and thanks again for having me on, Nick. It has been a while. I missed a couple of home games while I was traveling as well for my day job, so apologies about that, but man, am I excited for tonight's matchup. You know, you got the first WHL night in the dub, right? There's just a lot of excitement about this game. You know, for me, I'm really excited to see Carter Yakemchuk tonight. He's a special player. We all know that. First-round pick by the Ottawa Senators. He's just going to be someone that I've really got my eye on here tonight for the visitors. For Portland, you saw it in the WHL's publicity of tonight's game, and Tyson Jugnauth, he is playing remarkable right now, including what he's doing not on the score sheet as well. Just the way that he's able to shut plays down defensively, how he uses his stick. He's always in the right position. He's really taken his defensive game to that next level here in his second season with the Hawks.
Well, if you're Paul McDonald, the head coach of the Calgary Hitmen, you're looking at your defenseman Carter Yakemchuk as Josh's player to watch, a defenseman over a point per game, 7th overall selection of the Ottawa Senators in this summer's NHL draft. Got selected from the Big Lights out in Las Vegas, and he is one of the key pieces for a little bit of a rebuilding Calgary Hitmen roster, but not in your typical way. There's a lot of firepower on this team as they boast half a dozen NHL Central Scouting players to watch. Skaters on the ice. We'll dive into them during the broadcast, but obviously a big youth movement for them. On the defensive front, very similar from both sides here. On the Calgary perspective, they have 3 players who are in their 17-year-old campaigns, along with one 16-year-old affiliate defenseman, a couple of 19-year-olds too. So they have that blending of veterans with the youngsters. Meanwhile, the Winterhawks, look at them too, almost the identical recipe for them on the back end. A couple of 20-year-olds for them as a staple, a 19-year-old. They have a 16-year-old defenseman in Griffin Darby. He's in the lineup tonight. More on that in a second. And then a couple of 17-year-olds as well making their way into the mix. So younger teams overall, which is good because it really promotes the growth, the development. You'll see some mistakes. We've seen it from both sides already early in the season. But for Portland, they're coming in playing some really strong hockey. A team that loses 8 straight, very rare in Portland. They returned the favor to start November. A great game in Spokane that fell up just short. A quality win in Seattle, no issues there. A quality win the very next weekend in Wenatchee, no problems in that one. Arguably the best period of hockey we've seen the Portland Winterhawks play was just a few nights ago in Wenatchee in that first period. They only led the hockey game 1-0 after one period, but they played really strong, controlled the O-zone, controlled 5-on-5 play, and special teams play. My goodness, has that been a specialty for Kyle Gustafson's led team? Outstanding. No surprise there. Gustafson ran the power play when Mike Johnson was the bench boss. He has his own way of running things. Sven Berchi, who's come in, he now runs the power play. You have 2 excellent coaches there who can run the power play, and Portland tops in the WHL with a 30% power play. You see that kind of numbers in almost mid-November, and you think they're fake. So that's something we'll hone in on as well outside of the players. Is Portland's won their games because they've won special teams. Obviously, the 5-on-5 scoring will come. It's a younger unit, as we mentioned. Calgary's going to be hungry to pick up another road win in the U.S. division. So the fact the Hawks have a little bit of the comfortability of having that last change being on home ice, it certainly could benefit them because they've had to be road warriors for the first part of this season. Now is where the schedule favors them. They switched to home ice, and here we are on Wednesday night in the dub, our preview of a nice season-long series. You'll get some Wednesday night WHL actions live on the WHL's YouTube channels and on WHL Live for free. And why not go with 2 of the most historic franchises, too, in the Western League?
Yeah, absolutely, Nick. And just one thing, we've got, Merrick Schlenker in the pipes here for Portland, and making his Western Hockey League debut for the Calgary Hitmen is Kaysen Kabelka. And, he's been doing really well at the U18 level. Calgary's really excited about this 17-year-old netminder. He's got, maybe a little bit of pregame jitters here as the lights are come down, everything's like that. When they were talking through just a little bit about kind of what to expect here tonight, one of the things that Hitman head coach Paul McFarland was saying was just we got to play well in front of him. We got to let him see the puck. We got to be able to help him kind of get through some of those early game nerves. So for Calgary, box out in front of him, but also still let him be able to see. If you're Portland, it's the exact opposite. Put traffic in front of him, get pucks on him early, see if you can take advantage of that as the game gets going.
Also, thanks for catching me there, Josh. Head coach Paul McFarland, not McDonald. Don't know where I was thinking with that one, but obviously come through one time in the Western Conference and ready to go with a younger team. Speaking of that goaltending matchup, too, you look back at Marek Schlenker from the Portland Winterhawks perspective. He made his WHL debut right here on this ice. Team played great for him against Prince George. Hawks got the win. So if you're looking at Kabelka, it might be the first game. We'll talk more about him during the broadcast. But it's an opportunity for the team. They know when they have a guy going for his first win in his first start, it's going to give you that much more motivation to win that game, especially when you're on the road. So it's a tough stretch when teams make the east to west trip or west to east, because for the Hitmen, they're doing what the Winterhawks can do in January. 6 games and 9 nights. You simply just can't ride Eric 2 for all 6 of those. You knew at some point Kaysen Kabelka, the affiliate netminder, would have to get into the game. Here he is tonight on Wednesday night in the Dub. We'll take a look at our projected lineups tonight. They are brought to you by Zoom Care, where easy access to health care is more than a promise, it's a reality. From urgent and emergency care to primary and specialty, Zoom Care has you covered beyond better health care. So for the Portland Winterhawks here tonight, the inactives are going to be defenseman Cohen Massey, forward Nikita Mikhailov, and forward Brody Hankel. 3 rookies out of the lineup tonight for the Hawks. Meanwhile, for Calgary, no surprise, the 3 of them, their scratches here this evening. Simon Boland, Robin Sobchera, and Easton LaPlante, all yet to make their season debuts. Rylan Ing will round out the inactives tonight for the Calgary Hitmen. So in terms of the lineups, though, the firepower offensively up front, we'll keep an eye on it as well. Kyle Chazowski, my goodness, has he had a hot stick offensively for the Hawks in addition to Tyson Jugnauth. Chazowski, first player to surpass 20 points on the Winterhawks. He's at 25 entering the matchup here tonight. And we'll be looking in on Ben Kindle with 24 points in 18 games, leading the charge for the Calgary Hitmen. He is a B-rated prospect for the upcoming NHL draft, and the offense flows through Kindle in Calgary. The Portland Winterhawks are recognizing their terrific billet families as the Billet of the Month, as awarded by Fred Meyer. We have the anthems coming up next. That means we'll take a break. Wednesday night in the Dub, featuring the Portland Winterhawks and the Calgary Hitmen. We're happy to have you along, whether you're watching on WHL Live, the Western Hockey League's YouTube, or listening right here on the Winterhawks Radio Network. Back for starters and puck drop next here in Portland.
It's the deal you've been waiting for. The Score More sales event. Save up to $160 instantly on a wide selection of 4 tires and 4 wheels. Plus, every tire is covered by America's best tire warranty. 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. Just one more way you'll get more from less. Stop by the store or find your tires at leschwab.com. Limited time offer while supplies last. See leschwab.com/sale for details.
Winterhawks fans, it's game time. Grab a pint of the new Widmer Brothers Hopcadia Northwest IPA, a tasty, hoppy, and refreshing beer brewed for cheering on the Portland Winterhawks. So whether you're here at the game or hanging out with your team, Hopcadia IPA is the perfect brew for everyone on your crew. Available at your favorite retailers since 1984, Widmer Brothers Brewing is built by brothers and brewed for family. And a proud partner of your Portland Winterhawks. Prost!
The original is my go-to, but the spicy filet lives up to the hype. Hey, it's Jillian, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A honey pepper pimento chicken sandwich is the combination of flavors. The sweet honey, the kick from the jalapenos, amazing.
Real customer paid for their testimonial.
When you need short-term communications for your business, project, or event, call the pros at Day Wireless Systems. We rent Motorola two-way radios, cellular devices, and satellite phones by the day, week, or month. We have thousands of units of inventory, and our experienced rental teams will make sure you have clear communication throughout your entire event. Visit us online at daywirelessrentals.com for more information. Day Wireless Systems, where a lot happens in a day.
Dear Winter Warriors, heading to Mount Hood Meadows? A Toyota truck is your ticket straight to the top, like the legendary Tacoma or the rugged Tundra. So load up those skis, snowboards, and hot cocoa and head for the mountains in an adventure-ready Toyota truck. Visit your local Toyota dealer to learn more about promotions with Mount Hood Meadows. Toyota, let's go places.
Portland Winterhawks hockey brought to you by Chick-fil-A Portland and DSP Connections. Welcome to Portland, Oregon, and welcome back to our Wednesday Night in the Dub featuring the Winterhawks and the Hitmen. Let's jump right into the action here as we're brought to you live on WHL Live, the Western Hockey League's YouTube, and on the Winterhawks radio network for the inaugural Wednesday Night in the Dub game this season. Starting lineups for the Calgary Hitmen defensively, it's going to be Dax Williams and the newcomer in Axel Hertig starting on the blue line. David Adazinski will start up front with Keith Fawcett and Brandon Gorzinski on his respective wings. In net tonight, as Josh covered in the pregame, affiliate netminder Kaysen Kabelka making his WHL debut for the Hitmen here this evening. Meanwhile, for the Winterhawks, offensively, it's Hudson Darby centering Ryan Miller and Tyson Yaremko. Ryder Thompson and Carter Southern, the veteran defenseman, will begin the game tonight with Marek Schlenker between the pipes for a weekday game against Calgary. And we are underway here in Portland. Our first period puck drop is brought to you by the Barbers. Hawks control it back at their own blue line as they tried to enter initially. Now they'll funnel it to the right wing side. It's Cade Rudig around to the far corner, and a little backhand comes up from Hertig out to center as Portland able to send this one back into the Hitman zone. They'll work it to the near side for Williams as Dax Williams able to scoot one along, and here's Gorzinski playing it through on the left wing, a native of Scottsdale, Arizona. Puts that one back in the Portland side. 38 seconds into the first period. Hawks settle it on the defense. They run into the trouble there on that far wall as Rudig and Jugnauth have to make a little pitch and go pass to get this puck out to neutral ice. It's settled at center by Ora, and he'll force one back behind Schlenker's net just shy of a minute into period one. Hawks with the outlet pass left wing. They'll stick it to themselves. Here comes Buttazzoni. Gaining the line, driving left. Buttazzoni had it knocked off his stick. Ben Kindle right there to intercept. Portland grabs it. Shot on the right circle for Buttazzoni. Gloved by goaltender Kabelka. His first save in the Western League. Glove side on Buttazzoni. A sharp shooter for Portland. Enters the matchup with 6 goals in 14 games. One of their leaders offensively entering the matchup.
Yeah, and for the Winterhawks, it's a good start for them. We're able to kind of maintain puck possession there. Was able to force a turnover. Diego Buttazzoni gets a great shot early. That's maybe Kabelka not wanting to see that hot of a shooter that close that early, but good early save for him as we're 1:07 into tonight's contest.
Hitmen win the face-off. They pull it up on the left wing side in front of the benches, and Portland's defense will scurry back to regroup as Ryder Thompson drills it around the boards, hits the outlet pass for Yaremko, but his bumper feed intercepted by Valiant, and he'll drive on the right side. Chase Valiant, rink wide, disrupted on the way through by Hudson Darby. Now picked up Vidson. He'll go to the corner, and the Hitmen will circle it down low. Carson Wetch. Wetch up top. Shot wide by Pisarchuk as this one goes to the right wing. Reese Hamilton. Hamilton to the corner. Portland caught him there on the shoulders. Good check, and Miller finds Thompson. The Hawks possess the puck out to neutral ice. End of a shift for them. It's pitched in deep in the backhand to allow for a change.
Good to see Ryan Miller back in the lineup for the Winterhawks. He missed last game for Portland with an upper body injury.
Calgary gains the line. The shot helicopters the stick right out of the gloves of Tyson Jugnauth. Puck goes back near wing, and Calgary trying to attack left side through Kosick. Noah Kosick shot going high wide left side, blocker side on Schlenker. 2:10 into our first period. Calgary goes low to high to pick up Ora on the blue line. His shot blocked by a skate. It went off of, I think, Jugnauth. Now Portland will outlet at left wing. Hawks gain the line. Duguay in. Duguay shoots. Gets the glove right on that left glove hand of Kabelka. He bids one over the glass and out of play. As it's off the arm of the deflection. A good-looking shot from Duguay. And there's Portland doing Portland things, Josh, right out in transition. Able to generate a good shot on goal.
Yeah, Winterhawks were able to block a shot, and then Reed Brown with a good headman pass up to Duguay. Duguay able to shoot in stride there on Kabelka. Kabelka is known, looking at doing some pre-scout with him. He's really good down low, but where he gets beat most is up high on the glove. 833 save percentage there, 976 down low by his pads. Probably some early scouting there for Portland. You saw Diego Buttazzoni try to go there, and you just saw Duguay on that shot. So a little bit of that pre-scout coming in there for Portland.
Puck exits the zone, comes to center ice, and deflected into the Hitman bench. We'll get a whistle here and a reset because the puck left the ice surface from the Hitman side of things. The Winterhawks hold on to their offensive zone set David Hoy, Carson Dick, and Braden Jockums are the new forwards for Portland. Griffin Darby and Cole Slobodian there defensively for the Hawks. Blue line, Griffin Darby moves it left. Slobodian of Manitoba to the corner to find Hoy. Hoy drives it left to avoid Fawcett, and Portland puts the body on the boards, but it's picked up by Adzinski. He'll scurry on that right wing. Adzinski with speed, puts on the brakes, looks to the blue line, finds his man, and it's rifled in by Hamilton. Back behind Schlenker's net near side. Calgary, 3 minutes into the first. Elevates a puck deep into the zone. Right side, it's Hamilton once again, as the 17-year-old defenseman in his draft-eligible season, already recognized by Central Scouting as well, puts that puck over to the short boards. Reed Brown able to work this one back out to neutral, and it's picked up by Portland just inside the Calgary line. Hitmen control it far wing. In the trapezoid, they bend it up to Oliver Tolk. Tolk goes right wing side, and a backhander pitched in by Maxim Muranov. Hawks make quick work of it behind their net. That's Carter Sutherland locating a puck and finding it up to the forwards, Chizowski. His pass tipped by Buttazzoni, looking to connect on stride with Zakreski, but just off target, and Oliver Tolk works it back inside the Portland zone.
Chizowski almost there with a tripping, but was able to get his stick out of the skates just in time.
Tolk backhand, floats high slot. Portland picks up, turning his skates up ice and receiving. It's Kyle McDonough. He'll put on the brakes and turn. That's Chizowski. Puck goes left circle and is picked up here on the right wing by Muranov as the Hitmen get it back out to the Portland blue line, and Sutherland will throw it right back out to center. 4 minutes into the first period. Shots 2-0 for Portland. On the wing, it's intercepted and picked up by Wetch. Wetch, a third-round pick of the San Jose Sharks, tries to shoot that puck. Good block by Ryder Thompson. Got his skates in the shooting lane, and a neutral ice chip in there goes to the right corner as Ryan Miller will hustle on the lengthy defenseman Carter Yakemchuk. Right side and out. Back checking is Portland. Almost caught him there, Darby at center. Cade Rudig and Ryan Miller are behind the Portland goal line. And the puck comes on the near side. Connor Vidson turns it over to Darby. Hudson Darby, left wing pass, finds Yaremko. Winterhawks turn it over at the Calgary face-off circles, and it's resettled here by Darby as he's upended. Nice hit by Wetch. Got him high there, clipped him at the Calgary blue line, and the Hitmen have to give up possession as Yakemchuk brings it just inside the line, chips it in to allow for a change, and Portland's defense able to work it back over to the perimeter. Top of the zone, Vidson. He'll work it low. Right corner. He's trying to spin his Moore. Ethan Moore from the corner. Sharp-angled shot, shouldered away by Schlenker. It's punched back into that far side, and the Hawks able to drive it back into the corner board. Hitman, keep it low. This is Moore again on his backhand, pressured by Rudig on the Hawks. Cutting to center, Rudig wins the battle, able to elevate one off the glass. 14:30 to play in our first period, and Calgary will drill this into the end of a line change to get a wholesale change.
Hitman starting to kind of play the body a little bit. You saw Wetch with the big hit at the blue line, and then Hamilton just throws a check as he goes off for a change. That's one way you can try and limit Portland's speed, is get in their face and play the body.
Calm and confident pass by Jugnauth to get out of the zone. Left wing side, that's Reed Brown. Looks to work it through Duguay and McDonough. And the puck's out to center here for Gorzinski. Right wing pass. They'll use the perimeter to find Williams. Dax Williams into the corner. Out to center and picked up here by Axel Hertig, a late pick of the Calgary Flames. Right wing deflection comes off of Gorzinski. He'll chip it in. Schlenker will fire it around the wall. And it rolls its way to the top of the circles here for a pickup of Adzinski. Right circled shot blocked by Portland. Scurries off the end glass. Took a dangerous bounce there. Portland was on it. Fortunate there, maybe Calgary was changing as Slobodian had the initial shot block, and Portland able to work it deep into the Calgary zone. Outlet pass comes left wing. Portland pressures, and they'll win this battle for a moment in the corner. Worked around by Chizowski, the veteran play, as he goes defensively for Southern. Unable to get a shot off, so Portland has to recollect it, and they chip this one just in the offensive zone before it's picked up off a Calgary skate. Left wing offside. Maxim Muranov and a whistle here in the first period. Shots 2-1 favoring Portland. No score with 13:05 to go in our first period. You're watching Wednesday Night in the Dub on WHL Live and YouTube and listening to Portland Winterhawks hockey on the Winterhawks Radio Network.
Dear Winter Warriors, heading to Mount Hood Meadows? A Toyota truck is your ticket straight to the top. Like the legendary Tacoma. or the rugged tundra. So load up those skis, snowboards, and hot cocoa and head for the mountains in an adventure-ready Toyota truck. Visit your local Toyota dealer to learn more about promotions with Mount Hood Meadows. Toyota, let's go places.
The Portland Winterhawks are the coolest team in PDX. Watch future NHL stars in the heart of the Rose City and experience the fun and excitement of Winterhawks hockey. Skate on by and get your tickets now at winterhawks.com.
Save money on your transportation costs with TriMet's reduced fare transit card. If you meet income requirements, get your first month free while you enjoy unlimited rides on buses and trains. Learn more and apply today at trimet.org/save.
Ryder Thompson, Russell, Manitoba. You're listening to Winterhawks hockey.
Back at Veterans Memorial Coliseum, 13:05 to play here in our first period. Face-offs at neutral ice, and the Winterhawks able to work this one back to the defensive end as Carter Southern plays to the corner, swings around the back of Schlenker and fires it out the neutral here for a Portland tip. Back into the Calgary zone. Dax Williams near side, able to work it up the short boards. And our first infraction of the day coming up, it's against the Hawks. Calgary's going to go on the power play.
Nick, just taking a look at some of the power play numbers as Zakreski's going to go off there for the hook, I believe, in the offensive zone. They're 17 for 80 on the year, 21.2%, 16th in the league. In their last 3 games, though, they're 1 for 13, including 0 for 3 in Tri-City, 0 for 7 in Everett. So Hitmen trying to get back on the board with the man advantage. Meanwhile, Portland shorthanded. Last 3 games, 11 for 14. Overall, 80.4%, 5th in the Western Hockey League.
They did signal the tripping infraction on Josh Zakreski. So he's to the box for 2 minutes. One of the key Portland penalty killers as well. Calgary sets up in the corner. They work it behind the net as Schlenker. Back right side and a reset there, blue line, as they pick it up top for Tolk. Oliver Tolk driving, tried to center it for Wetch. Portland disrupted it. The sticks of Southern and Miller got in the passing lane. Tolk wins the battle in the corner. Calgary holds the offensive end. 23 seconds into the power play. Right wing side, Tolk bumping a backhander up high as it goes left side circle for Yakemchuk. Trying to bid one in front. Little shot pass. I think he was looking for Connor Vidson. Back post, and Portland clears.
Yeah, Nick, when doing a little bit of pre-scouting on Calgary, getting ready for this game, one of the things I noticed about them is they really like to work that low to high play and use Yakemchuk up at the slot. He'll dish it around. Not afraid to take a shot as well, but really look for him to try and find Kindle for that one-timer in the dots.
Speaking of, it's Kindle settling the puck in his own zone. Will organize the breakout with 3 skaters back. Hits the stretch feed up the ice, and there's a opportunity put aside by a whistle for Calgary. Carson Wetch. Nobody saw him on that right wing. Portland lost him at neutral ice, and a good pass, but his skates crossed the line early. That would have been a breakaway from the blue line, but no chance will come.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Nick, one of the things I've noticed here so far for Calgary is where they had success against Tri-City on Monday. They're really attacking well up their right side of the ice to the left of the defensive zone here as Kabelka makes a save off the faceoff. But, that's where they've had a lot of success, is just really being able to kind of generate some chances from there. They're not afraid to work the other side as well. But when they're comfortable, when they can have their own zone breakouts, controlled breakout, look for him to kind of go up the right side of the ice, kind of attack there. You saw it with Wetch. He was able to get a little bit behind the Winterhawks defense. And again, right-hand side. So something to keep an eye on if you're Portland.
Cal McDonough took that last shot. Nice win from Chizowski. Great shot. Quick wrister there from McDonough. Just a better save by Kabelka. As Portland wins another faceoff, and they'll use that time to drop it out of the zone, back in their own side of the ice. 50 to play on the Calgary power play, and the Hawks trying to hit that stretch feed up left side, but they are offsides. They get possession up to the Hitmen. 40 seconds to go in the power play. Right to left to break out of the zone is Reese Hamilton. The defenseman drops it off, and they'll play it left wing through Gorzinski. Now it's Kosick back up top. Hamilton to the left. Kosick receives, looks towards the cage, peels off. Portland's McDonough will pressure him, and the handoff goes back left point for Hamilton. Bumped in the slot to the right side by Moore. Right circle chance, knocked down by Ryder Thompson. Second shot block he's had in the first 9 minutes, and away come Portland. Hawks shorthander. They try to center for Carson Dick, just underneath the stick as it goes back over to the boards. Good-looking play there by McDonough. The Hawks have scored a shorthanded goal now in back-to-back games. and they attacked a couple of times there while shorthanded on that 2-minute stretch. Another good pass break up by Ryder Thompson. Hawks with possession, penalty killed, and it goes all the way deep into the Hitmen zone with 10:35 to play in a scoreless first.
Ryder Thompson doing Ryder Thompson things, blocking shots, getting the puck out of the zone, making the simple play, leads to a chance. Carson Dick got on his horse there trying to get up.
Yaremko centers, Portland shot just wide. It was Darby. He'll load it back up to Cade Rudig. Rudig fires left. A shot towards the net by Tyson Jugnauth got deflected. I believe that went off the stick of Aura. And away comes Calgary with a left wing shot from Adazinski. Schlenker blocked it down. Just the second save he's had to make here in the first 10 minutes of our game. Hawks gain the line. They move it right side through Jugnauth, and he gets upended by Muranov into the corner with Williams. Hitman, backhand, out the center. Adazinski receives. He'll skate across the line. Waits with Valiant. Chase Valiant centers. Turning shot nowhere close by Muranov. And it goes back to the blue line for Axel Hertig. Right side, David Adazinski. Low to high, feeds it towards the slot. Dax Williams shoots wide of the net. Maybe getting off the end of the skate blade there from Marek Schlenker. And a try for Calgary, right corner. They go blue line with it. A quick shot with pressure right on his neck for Axel Hertig. This one goes near wing glass and up for Portland as they find the forward Tyson Yaremko, and Williams washing it back in for Calgary. Calgary shot absorbed by Schlenker. 9:11 to go in the first period. A couple of good shifts back-to-back there for the Hitmen. Still in that feeling out process a little bit in this hockey game. No grade A looks, just some quality chances and a lot of bodies trying to clog the lane as the skates looking to get going north, but so far they've been stunted for just a little bit here.
One of the things I'm noticing from Calgary is, I don't know if it's intentional. I haven't been able to quite see that yet, but they've had a couple of looks with a late arriving forward coming into the zone. Portland's had to have their centerman who's in the slot with his head on a swivel and have been able to break up a play, but also Schlenker's been forced to make a save on something like that. So late arriving forwards, it's important both to get there at the right time, and Calgary's done it just so close so far.
Big move by Josh Zakreski to gain the attacking line. A couple of stick handles there to deke around the defenders. As the Hawks go left wing, Kyle Chizowski tried to take that one away from the forward in Carson Wetch. A whistle to halt the action.
It may be November, Nick, but we got a yard sale here in Portland. It's raining outside, but we got a glove and a stick, and it's always a little scary when you see somebody without a glove kind of battling for pucks there. But, looks like Wetch was able to kind of, I believe that was Wetch, right? Was able to kind of kick it forward, but offside on the play. Just a little interesting seeing that much materials out on the ice, shall we say.
Big Kyle Chizowski there was looking back, wanted to make sure he wasn't guilty of an infraction. He was not. Portland left wing. It's Buttazzoni to the corners looking for his captain. Back up top, Diego Buttazzoni will shoot. Good block in front of the net by Williams. And the Hitmen work it back over to the perimeter. Muranov gets the reset. Dax Williams, left wing, as the 19-year-old fires it through Ben Kindle. He'll tip one into the trapezoid behind Schlenker. Schlenker leaves it. Ryder Thompson fires it all the way around the wing to gain the line through Buttazzoni. Buttazzoni's pass broken up. Oliver Tolk will twist one back into the Portland side, and the Hawks will look to do it again with 8:10 on our clock, period one. Far side boards. Ryder Thompson locks up with his man. Chizowski and Buttazzoni looking onward. Backhand stolen off the stick of Gorzinski. Out to neutral ice, and Buttazzoni for the Winterhawks goes left wing, possessing that puck into the Calgary zone. Rolled off his stick and found by Yakemchuk. Yakemchuk left wing. Puts it off the glass. Portland halts it once again. Carter Southern settles and triggers to the corner here for Ryder Thompson. Up the ice, Kyle McDonough. Rolls free from him. Intercepted for a moment by Fawcett. And he needs some help there with the defenseman as Yakemchuk able to cut his way through one. Can't get past the 16-year-old Brown. Portland to center. It's McDonough. Gets the pass over to Duguay. Jordan Duguay right side wall. Looks to reset right point for Rudig. Rudig fires left. On a board feed for Jugnauth. Back behind the net. Good pick up by Yakemchuk. Used his size to swipe it away. And Jugnauth had to pounce on a quick puck to avoid a 2-on-1 breakout there for Calgary. Hitman gained the line. Kosick right side. Undersized defenseman. Puts it behind the Portland net. Shrugged off by Reed Brown. Brown working down low and looks to the near side. Kosick and McDonough both get a puck touch on it. As a good strip by Sawyer Mays, 6'4" centerman. Tries to bid one in front for Ethan Moore, shot from long range. Reese Hamilton with traffic, stopped by Schlenker, and the last handful of chances coming for Calgary. Only 7 combined shots. A little over 13 minutes into our hockey game, no score here in Portland. You're listening to Winterhawks Hockey on the Hawks Radio Network.
It's the deal you've been waiting for. The Score More sales event. Save up to $160 instantly on a wide selection of 4 tires and 4 wheels. Plus, every tire is covered by America's best tire warranty. 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. Just one more way you'll get more from less. Stop by the store or find your tires at leschwab.com. Limited time offer while supplies last. See leschwab.com/sale for details.
At Fred Meyer, an annual Boost membership just got even better. Now you can choose from Disney Plus with ads, Hulu with ads, or ESPN Plus on us when you sign up. Plus, enjoy unlimited free delivery, double fuel points, exclusive offers, and free items. Sign up for a Boost membership today. It's an easier way to save, including new streaming options to relax with while we deliver your groceries. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Hey, it's Kyle McDonough, Langdon, Alberta. You're listening to Winterhawks Hockey.
Welcome back to our Wednesday night in the Dub here on WHL Live and YouTube. Also streaming on the Portland Winterhawks Radio Network. If you're tuning in on the radio stream, head over to the Winterhawks social media. You can find the links for it. Also the Western Hockey League social media and their YouTube channel. Watch tonight's game for free, all in HD. 6:40 to go in our first period. No score between Portland and Calgary. Winterhawks' Ryan Miller tries to gain the attacking line, and it's forced back to the Portland zone here for the outlet feed of Rudig. Right side and in. Miller to the corner, looking for some support there with Yaremko, and Hudson Darby able to strip this one on the boards from Connor Vidson. Back to center ice. Tyson Jugnauth retreats, sends it to the right for Thompson. And a left wing pass tipped into the Calgary zone is grabbed by Hurtig. Out to center. Hitmen turn it over. Portland throws it right back into the offensive corner. This will allow for a change as Jocham's line spills over the boards with 6 to go in our first. Calgary right wing. Back over. Left side Williams. Williams able to bid one ahead. And that one, I believe, missed the stick, but we'll say no icing. And it's fired back around the wall off of Ben Kindle. Left wing, Tolk, Miranov, and Kindle tried to load it back in front. Missed his man in Oliver Tolk, and the Winterhawks go the other direction. Braden Jocham stick on the ice to steal. Tries to cut to the inside lane. Got disrupted on the way through, and Kindle able to cross the center red line, throws it on the Schlenker. One hops into his blocker hand, and Portland bumps it on that left wing. Able to skate with it here a little bit out to the blue line as they just missed David Hoy out at center ice. Hawks, Zakreski bids one back to the Calgary corner. Up ice pass from Hamilton, connects to the forwards. Adazinski to the right. The shot from Fawcett's blocked. Secondary chance, Schlenker was there to seal it up. And it goes back into the corner here as a couple of Portland sticks able to jostle it back to their own end wall. Cole Slobodian under siege. Finds Buttazzoni. He'll tip it out to the captain. Here's Chizowski. High feet in the zone. On a backhand, trying to put one towards the net. That was the rookie D-man Griffin Darby. And Calgary's Williams will work it back out to neutral ice in a skate race to the corner. Fawcett, they say, didn't beat that one. Thought he might have had the better lane and beat his man to the face-off dot, Cole Slobodian. But the Winterhawks get a generous icing whistle.
Yeah, right before that, I could hear Griffin Darby all the way from up here calling for that puck off the rush, and the pass was just a little bit out of his reach. Otherwise, he might have had a little bit of a better chance. Looks like the officials are huddling here. I thought they might put this face-off at center ice, but they have decided not to. So it looks like it's going to be to the right of Kabelka.
Cal McDonough, Reed Brown, and Jordan Duguay on the ice for the Hawks.
Officials trying to sort out which hitmen were on the ice. Not a lot to change after an icing.
Interesting contest between these two clubs a year ago, by the way. Calgary picked up a decisive win at the Saddle Dome against the Winterhawks team that went on to play in the WHL's championship series. The Hawks took over 60 shots on goal in that game, but they surrendered 7 goals including 4 in that second period as the puck tips out of play. David Adazinski, we've called his name plenty of times. He was a factor in that one, registering 3 points. Ethan Buenaventura, one of the games of his careers, 58 saves on 62 shots against en route to that win, as they really leaned on some savvy veteran play to produce offense last year. And talk about the younger team this year for both sides. So maybe slowly trying to build into something here with just 8 shots. Kind of rare for these two clubs in the first period. Left wing, Hawks on the hunt. Quick shot. There's the 5th shot of the game for Portland. Tyson Jugnauth puts it right pad on Kabelka. And this one goes back out to neutral ice for a pickup of McDonough, taking it away from Valiant. Hawks left wing. McDonough trying to center. Got stopped by the skates of Yakemchuk. And behind the Calgary net, rolls into the end wall and picked up here by Connor Vidson.
Yakemchuk is limping a little bit there. Something to keep an eye on behind the net.
Near wing out to center. Hawks Miller goes left. Jugnauth to center ice on the backhanded blade of Ryan Miller, and he'll give that one up at the corner as it just got on edge and rolled free from him. Hawks making a line change. Southern picks it up, receives the return pass, and cuts away from Kosick. Comes in right side. Southern from the circle shoots one. That one blocked off the top of the blocker hand, out of play. It whistles. 6th shot for Portland, 10th overall in our hockey game. No score with 3:24 to go in period 1.
Looked like there might have been a little bit of room there up on the blocker side for Southern, but going back to Yakemchuk, he stepped up at the blue line trying to really kind of force the Winterhawks into a turnover, maybe try and go the other way on an odd man rush, and McDonough was able to get by him. However, Yakemchuk can close so well. By the time they got to the top of the circles, Yakemchuk was already in position, knocked the puck off his stick. Just an incredible display of skill that won't show up on the score sheet, but those are the types of plays that NHL scouts, plenty of them here in the building here tonight, really are going to appreciate when they watch him and his game.
Carter Southern own zone, hands it off to Ryder Thompson. The outlet pass finds Yaremko. Portland gains the line. Southern tried to slide his body to the inside, but he's knocked down by Tolk. And the puck back out of neutral is twisted in by Muranov. Well, that time Southern didn't have the angle on the right circle, so he tried to walk himself through the defense to get a better shooting chance as the Hitmen funneled it into the Portland zone.
That's one of the few times I think where being 6'4", 199 may hurt him.
Right wing and in. Buttazzoni to the corner, picked up by Hunter Ora. Far side of the zone, Portland able to scrap it away from the Hitmen. And a left wing pass knocked down by a skate once again. Hawks reset it low to high. Quick shot fired by Darby. Blocked there on the shin pads of Mays. There is Sawyer Mays. Back out to center. Hawks find the rolling puck left wing. Slobodian drops it across the ice for Griffin Darby. Darby hits the forward. And across the line for Josh Zakreski as he cuts in past Yakemchuk. A player goes falling into the boards hard, trying to fight there on possession with Zakreski. And that puck caught underneath the bodies there as the skater who tumbled was Hunter Ora. And the puck cleared off the glass. Will be an icing whistle on Calgary as it makes its way down the ice. And there's the signal from the referees.
Calgary's having a couple of challenges getting out of the zone on their zone exits. Not quite clean. Pucks a little bit in sticks and skates a little bit, but also Portland kind of applying a little bit more forecheck pressure here. I think they're starting to really notice how Calgary's attacking that right side of the ice and kind of really trying to shut that down, maybe force the Hitmen to go left.
False face-off, second time. Sawyer Mays and Reed Brown taking the draw for their respective teams. Mays wins it, and it's back on that far side where 5 players in the forecheck able to punch it up for Calgary. Hitman elevated over ahead. Doesn't have enough for the icing. No, it doesn't. Toby Wolf waves it off. And the puck is out of the zone from Rudig's skating ability. Rudig cuts left, gains the line, tried to drop it off, maybe lost the handle. Either way, it's settled by the Hitmen. 1:25 to go in the first period. Still looking for our first score of the night. Right wing deflection. Jugnauth, backhander, comes near side. Here's McDonough. He'll bid one up the wall. Pisarchuk cutting left, gets around one, looks, shoots. Missed the stick there of Fawcett in front. Rudig was locked up to him, and Portland outlet pass finds McDonough. McDonough turns, fires it back to Jugnauth. Jugnauth to the slot. Portland toe drag, backhand, knocked down. Kabelka, good save. Hawks gain the line, and then they had a great feed across the ice to find Jordan Duguay. As Ryder Thompson tried to rifle it onto the net. Good shot block there from Hamilton.
Thompson went hard into the boards. Looks like he's back. Yep, he's back up, going fine.
Him and Hamilton both took the brunt of it. Well, power move to the front of the net for Thompson. Never got the shot off, and the puck's on the end wall with 30 to play in our first period. Hawks left corner. Ryan Miller up the wall, bobbled there right over the stick of Ryder Thompson. Nothing to do with that one. He'll have to go back and reset it, and he fires left wing through Miller to find Yaremko. Ryan Miller, left circle, shoots, went glove side again, got the arm of Kabelka. Good save in the final 15. Calgary, center ice, Fawcett putting it back into the Portland zone. One final pass up the wing. Won't get a shot, though, in response from Calgary before the end of period one. And we take this to our intermission with a 0-0 score here in Portland between the Winterhawks and Hitmen.
Yeah, a little bit of a kind of slow start, like you said, Nick. A little bit of a feeling out process. Only 12 combined shots after the first 20 minutes. You know, I thought Kabelka looked good in his first 20 minutes. He can probably take a sigh of relief. Feeling good. Got a little bit of experience under his belt now. You know, I think Calgary had a couple of good chances early. Portland probably with the better chances there in the second half of the period. Portland 1 for 1 on the penalty kill here so far tonight. But, you know, when these two teams don't play each other, you know, besides once a year, you don't really know what you're getting. You can do a lot of video and pre-scout, but it's a lot different when you actually hit the ice. So we'll see if things kind of maybe pick up the pace a little bit here on the second period.
I would expect so for both these two teams. Portland and Calgary 0-0 after one. During our intermission, we'll come back, talk about the first period and what we saw in the opening 20 minutes. Also, we'll send it over to John Keane and our WHL radio show. No better time maybe to feature some of the NHL perspectives than right now. John Keane with his show, able to catch up there with the director of scouting from the Seattle Kraken, Robert Cron, and they have selected a handful of Western Hockey League skaters through the most recent drafts. We'll talk about the reason why and what players he's excited in particular to see in Seattle in the near future following their junior days. That'll be on our intermission. Score after one, Portland 0, Calgary 0. You're watching Wednesday Night in the Dub on WHL Live and YouTube and listening to the Portland Winterhawks hockey on the Winterhawks Radio Network.
Looking for a better healthcare experience? Welcome to Zoom Care, where your care journey is beyond better. Get the urgent, primary, and emergency care you need, when, where, and how you want it. With online scheduling, evening and weekend hours, and neighborhood clinics near you, Zoom Care makes getting exceptional care easy. And our team of providers are with you every step of the way, from check-in to check-up to check-out. Zoom Care, beyond better healthcare.
Dear Winter Warriors, heading to Mount Hood Meadows? A Toyota truck is your ticket straight to the top, like the legendary Tacoma or the rugged Tundra. So load up those skis, snowboards, and hot cocoa and head for the mountains in an adventure-ready Toyota truck. Visit your local Toyota dealer to learn more about promotions with Mount Hood Meadows. Toyota, let's go places.
When you share your food, you share your heart. So what's on your table this holiday season? Save on your festive feast at Fred Meyer with delicious deals on all the holiday classics. Or wow the crowd with something new, like a quinoa stuffed butternut squash. It's sure to add a pop of color to your spread. How about a sweet potato casserole with a crunchy oat streusel topping, made with care for the sweet tooth and the savory tooth? With Fred Meyer, fill your table with love and watch as your guests' hearts get as full as their bellies. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
Portland Winterhawks hockey brought to you by Les Schwab Tire Centers and Liuna. Back for our first period intermission update. Portland and Calgary tied 0-0 after 20 minutes of work. Your Michelob Ultra scoring summary after one period. Nothing to report there. The saves, however, 7 stops for Kaysen Kabelka. 5 stops from Eric Schlenker, Goaltenders combining for 12 saves on 12 shots, and that's where we set up going into our first period intermission. Nick Merrick alongside Josh Kreitzer. Let's jump right into the first period action, Josh. Kaysen Kabelka, in his 17-year-old season, native of Calgary, he developed with the Calgary North Stars, which may sound familiar for Portland fans. Marcus Nguyen developed there at his time before the Western Hockey League. And last season, or rather earlier this season, I guess I should say, Kabelka, 8 games played, a .922 save percentage, 5 wins in his 8 starts, and now gets his first ever WHL look. Didn't appear in a preseason game, is appearing in his first game officially and even unofficially as a Calgary Hitman here in Portland tonight. And so far, his team helped him out in front. Not many grade A scoring looks like we typically see in these between conference matchups. So I expect that to probably change when these head coaches have a chance to talk with their units between the periods. But overall, a fairly slow first period, all things considering.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I think one of the things that I was keeping an eye on coming into tonight's game is Calgary has 5 defensemen that they don't mind playing a lot. And, of their, top 6 forwards or top 6 skaters in terms of ice time, 5 of them are defensemen. So they're not afraid to play that, to rotate those guys. Yakemchuk is obviously, he's about 4 minutes on average ahead of the next couple guys, but Kindle's the lone forward in that top 6 of in terms of ice time. But so I think when you have defense like that who are used to playing, that they're seen enough, right? They also know that they had marching orders from their coach coming in. Let's kind of keep it simple. Let's maybe not take some chances. We know how Portland likes to play. Portland is going to want to push the pace. They're going to want to get out in transition. We'll touch on it a little bit more in the second period, but Calgary is not afraid to play a 1-2-2 forecheck. And I think for them, with kind of how they're structured and how they're set up, they've really been able to limit that for Portland. So while it may not be that offensive chances, the systems for Calgary are probably a full go. For Portland, on the opposite end, I touched on it a couple times already, just on how Calgary likes to attack and get their zone entries. And Portland has done a really good job of really shutting that down. It's led to a couple odd man rushes. The puck has kind of been bouncing a little bit here tonight. Not that uncommon for the VMC ice, unfortunately. But just ultimately, it's a Wednesday night. These 2 teams don't know much about each other,
right? And
you kind of had a little bit of a feeling out process. A couple hits. I know Wetch had a big one there at center. Hamilton, I think, threw his body around a couple times. Zakreski had a big hit kind of in the corner boards as well. So maybe as you start to see some of that physical play pick up, teams and the guys might start to kind of get into the game a little bit more.
No, I would agree. I think that's a good way of putting it as well. And the 2 teams, when you go head to head, it's way different when you just see each other on video and film. And you don't have much to go off of. It's nice for both perspectives because Portland at least has the 3 games in the U.S. division that they could look and they kind of know the structures of a Seattle or an Everett or a Spokane.
Yep.
So you can kind of look to identify some areas you want to fine-tune, which potentially is why there's limited shots after 20 minutes. But again, we're talking last year, and I understand, the main point of that one, there were 11 goals scored head-to-head between Portland and Calgary in Calgary a year ago. Only 3 of those goal scorers from last year's team are on the ice here tonight. So you have a completely different makeup as well. But it's one of those where you come in and you just got to try to find a way. I think there'll be some shots coming. And for Portland, as much as we've talked about it too, they've relied a lot on special teams to get their offense. They need a power play goal to kind of set the tone. The Winterhawks are an excellent team when they have a lead. They play very well with the lead. We've seen them come back from a 4-goal deficit as well this season. So they play fine from behind, but it's one of those that this is a Portland team that loves to just build on its confidence. They like to get that first one. So I think they're going to be hoping for more offensive opportunities there. And as you were mentioning with the puck bouncing, I noticed the same thing too, Josh. And I think both coaching staffs did in our morning skate. There was conversation, the ice being a little bouncy, trying to straighten those things out. So hopefully that maybe settles in a little bit, maybe gets a little chillier here in the rink going into our next period of play. Either way, though, it'd be fun to see how the second goes along. We're going to take a break. We don't have too much time. We got to get to our interview segment with Robert Cron, the director of scouting with the Seattle Kraken. He is up next. Then we'll drop the puck for period number 2. You are watching Wednesday night in the Dub on WHL Live and YouTube and listening to the Portland Winterhawks on the Hawks Radio Network.
Office Furniture Direct is the area's leader for office furniture at a fraction of its original price. Whether it's 3 or 300 recycled matching workstations, they have it. And now Office Furniture Direct is your source for the best price and finest installation on new from the factory office systems. Find them online at officefurnituredirect-pdx.com or call 503-246-4900. Office Furniture Direct, Portland's most respected office furniture dealer.
Office Furniture Direct.
From the drop of the puck to the Ed Chenault Cup, this is the WHL This Week Radio Edition.
Well, if there's one team that has mined the WHL in the last number of drafts, that is for sure the Seattle Kraken. You look at the past draft, 2024, Berkeley Catton in the first round, Julius Miettinen, Olli Josephson, Clark Caswell. The list goes on and on. Now, the director of amateur scouting for the Seattle Kraken joins us from Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina, and that is Robert Cron. Robert, something about the WHL and the Seattle Kraken. Have you been able to put your finger on it here as the success drafting out of the WHL the last number of years?
Yeah, obviously you named the few names that fell to us in the draft, and I got to say that we're very happy with how the WHL produced players for us. You can't always know which players will be there for you when you're picking at a certain point in the draft, but looks like that for us WHL was very good to us last few years.
And these players are turning into captains of your junior hockey club too. That's I'm sure a nice side to this all. But we'll start with Berkeley Catton, your first round pick. We get a good look at him here, and we know his capabilities. He's been part of Canada on the world stage as well, captain there in Spokane. What drew you to Berkeley, and what have you seen since he's been part of the organization?
Berkeley is, in my opinion, and obviously. Our staff felt the same way. He's one of the most talented players that came through the draft, recently. And, for us to be able to get him at 8 was a really exciting thing. Berkeley very well. Like he's such a talented young man, and the things that he does on the ice is he's in the elite group of very good prospects that are in HL at this point right now. So, Berkeley is a great kid as well. Like he works hard. He's very good kid in terms of self-reflection, very driven. The fact that he was named captain speaks highly of his character too. So, we saw him in development camp and in the main camp, how he conducts himself. And I think that the future for him is very good and for us as well to have him.
When I first saw Julius Miettinen of the Everett Silvertips, I thought, here's a big body finish forward that has a lot of tools to work with. And he was your second selection in that draft. And he seems to have a lot of upside, too. Tell me more about Julius Miettinen and what you're seeing out of his game as it progresses.
Yeah, obviously Julius came over from Finland, and was an adjustment period for him in Everett early on, and then he progressed as the year went along very well. We've seen tons of them. Advantage of having Caden Hamill on the team as well, and having our development team watching the team, so it's some extra help with that team. I think that Julius is extremely talented, but also hardworking. I call these players a skilled power forward. At his size, playing the center ice, and his ability to win battles on the wall and drive the net. This is something that it's a natural ability that he has, and on top of that, he's a strong skater and hardworking kid. So for us again, getting him in the second round was very exciting.
We mentioned Olli Josephson as well as Clark Caswell, but back in 2023, perhaps the WHL is known at an NHL level as developing defensemen. And you had 3 picks that were WHL defensemen: Lucas Dragicevic, Caden Price, and Caden Hamill. So that draft class obviously laden with defensemen. All 3 of those players sort of bring a different element here. We'll start with Lucas Dragicevic, who is now in Prince Albert with the Raiders, and what you see in his game.
Yeah, Lucas played in Tri-Cities when we drafted him, and since then, obviously, was traded to Prince Albert. And again, like we watched him for a couple of years, underage player there, and then for Team Canada at the U18 World Championship, and then again he developed into we thought a very skilled, offensive-minded defenseman. The fact that he played forward early on in his career, I guess helps his vision on the offense. And he was a smaller kid, and then he got bigger and bigger and stronger, and he plays hard. And, his ability to move the puck during the Russians he plays, that was exciting for us to find later in the draft. We didn't expect that he's going to be where we picked him. And for us, it's another value pick. I feel that he's going to be a good player for us down the road.
In Kelowna, Caden Price is the defenseman there. That is sort of the main guy, and there's talk that he'll get some World Junior consideration for Team Canada with the tournament in Halifax. Caden Price was, I know, high on your radar as you selected him in 23.
Yes, he was. Again, we saw plenty of him either in Kelowna or playing for, again, Team Canada there in various junior tournaments, and obviously the prospects game. Again, good size, puck-moving defenseman, very good skater, high Q, hard-working kid. The role he's having right now in Kelowna, playing quality minutes in every situation and being kind of a leader. We feel very good about him as he progresses, going forward for us.
The one thing, Robert, we talked about before we got into the interview is that you've overseen every single draft that the Seattle Kraken organization has had. And we even go back to 2022 in Tyson Jugnauth, who was not drafted out of the WHL, but is now in Portland with the Winterhawks. And he seems like a real dynamic defenseman that could be part of the organization here in the years ahead. What have you seen with Tyson as he moves from NCAA to the Western Hockey League?
Tyson, again, highly skilled, mobile defenseman. Obviously, he didn't play in the Dub. He played in the junior leagues there, and then chose to go to NCAA route to Wisconsin for a year. And it was a tough year for him there. So the decision for him to go back and play junior for Portland was, we feel, a very good one. And ever since then, he matured physically, and the way he plays for Portland nowadays, with Cagnani gone, I think that he's the go-to defenseman. He plays in all game situations. He had a very strong camp with us. Excellent performance at the junior rookie camp in Los Angeles before the main camp. So, again, he developed quite nicely, and we'll see how he does. But he's been having a really good year, and his offensive ability and ability to read the game, high and hockey IQ, and we'll see how it goes. But we're very excited about his progress too.
Robert, your job is to scout the world, and as we speak, I know you said you're headed out to Europe on a scouting mission there for a look at the upcoming draft eligibles here. And again, the WHL has a strong crop of players that are draft eligible. In fact, Central Scouting assigning 6 A-rated prospect rankings to these WHL players. What's the chance that Seattle steps to the podium here a few more times in 2025 and goes the WHL way?
We'll see what happens, right? Obviously, we're going to have our list, and if wherever we're picking, hopefully it's going to be very late in the first round, or but we'll just have to wait and see. But I'm sure that if any of these high-rated Western Hockey League players will be there for us, we'll be excited to call their name.
Well, it's been exciting to watch Seattle spend a lot of time, not only with a franchise in the WHL, with the Seattle Thunderbirds out of Kent, and a lot of those prospects in the U.S. division that are really close to the fan base there as well. It's a chance to see some of these players before they get to the NHL level for fans. Robert, appreciate this breakdown, and happy scouting as you look forward to the next crop of draft eligibles. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot, John. Thank you for inviting me for the show.
Right now at Les Schwab, it's the deal you've been waiting for. The Score More sales event. Save up to $160 instantly on a wide selection of 4 tires and 4 wheels. Plus, every tire is covered by America's best tire warranty. 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. Just one more way you'll get more from less. Stop by the store or find your tires at leschwab.com. Limited time offer while supplies last. See leschwab.com/sale for details.
Portland Winterhawks hockey brought to you by Toyota and CV Construction. Welcome back to Wednesday night in the Dub here in Portland, Oregon. The Winterhawks and Hitmen tied at 0-0. It's time for our second period puck drop brought to you by Toyota. Let's go places. Winterhawks control the opening period face-off on the right side. They'll work it into the line. Southern able to jam one loose, and the backhander off the stick of Ryan Miller goes to the skates of Muranov, and the Hitmen fire it right side here for Tolk. Oliver Tolk towards the net, glove save. It was wide of the post. Schlenker able to reel it in nonetheless, and a whistle coming early, just 21 seconds into the start of period 2. The Calgary Hitmen get an offensive face-off.
Not a bad way to start. 21 seconds in, if you're the Hitmen, get a puck to the net, get an offensive zone face-off. Maybe take advantage of the fresh ice a little bit here if you can win the draw.
Oh, nobody's listening into our broadcast in the locker room, but that's kind of what we're talking about. Just put pucks to the net, get a chance. That one goes off a pad. You might have a secondary chance. The cycle games really haven't had a chance to fully engage here tonight. Been a lot of the more chance they're cycling has been on Calgary, but nothing's really come from it just yet. Just a lot of puck movement and nothing towards the target. Hawks right wing, it's Miller.
Yeah, sorry, Nick. Sneaky good left pad save there by Schlenker. I didn't quite catch the number of the Hitmen who had the shot there, but kind of stuck out that left pillar real quick.
Calgary puts it into the Portland line. This is Jugnauth up the ice for Ryan Miller. Miller had it stripped. Muranov caught him there. And Yakemchuk will twist one out to neutral. Good cut, Yakemchuk. He'll gain the line. Walks in left circle. Puts a backhander off the target. Goes to the right corner, and Yakemchuk trying to cycle it low. He'll find it off his skate. Never quite released it there. And now able to fire one back into the left side where it's off the wing for Chase Valiant. Left board's Valiant. Forehand pass up the wall. Gets Wetch in the corner. He'll twist. He fires it behind the net. And on the left wing side, Vidson. Back blue line. Williams knocked it down. Tries to clear it in. Portland bumps it out. 3-on-2 forming as Chizowski tries to gain speed. Drops it off to the left for Miller. And it's picked up by the Hitmen. Nothing came with that odd man rush for Portland. Now an odd man rush for the Calgary Hitmen. Centered up for the shot. Good save. Schlenker. Rebound off the side of the net. That is trying to be worked on by Carson Wetch. Good effort there for the Hitmen, able to look up the ice, and they found a good feed as this one pinballed off his skate. It went off of Jugnauth and in. Chase Valiant gets his third goal of the season. A rewarding bounce on a centering pass. It finds Jugnauth's outside left skate, goes off the inner post, and banks just enough to cross the line. 1-0 Calgary, 1:50 into period 2.
Good start here for Calgary. They had a 2-on-1 rush that was stopped by Schlenker, but then just good things happen when you put the puck to the front of the net. That's exactly what Calgary did, and a fortunate bounce there, and gets by Schlenker just across the goal line there. But, just coming out attacking, and that's exactly what Calgary's done here, and they were rewarded with an early goal in the second period.
I was going to say all that was set up at least from that attacking mindset. You get the initial shot that sets up an opportunity 2-on-1. You don't get to convert, but then Yakemchuk keeps it rolling. Works it back on the right point, funnels to the corner. Corner pass comes across. You get a lucky bounce on a feed. 1-0 Hitmen here in the early part of period 2.
Yeah, for Jugnauth, that's maybe a shift he's not going to want to watch back. The puck kind of got by him there at the blue line, led to the 2-on-1 rush, and then unfortunately kind of goes off his skate there. So he's going to want to not watch that one in film. But for Calgary, turnover here.
Backhand, denied. Schlenker able to cover it up. 2 Hitmen got a shot on it. A little physicality after the play with Chizowski and his forward. Good active stick. I believe that was Keith Fawcett. Tried to go inside-outside move on Schlenker. Got the goaltender down in the butterfly. A massive pad save from Eric Schlenker.
My goodness, that is the exact worst place you don't want to turn a puck over. And the guy goes forehand, backhand, back to the backhand, and Schlenker hangs in tight there.
You know what? I don't think he committed to the backhand. I don't know if Fawcett lost the handle on it.
Oh.
He was trying to go forehand, backhand, and I thought he would have had it if he popped it over the pads. He went forehand, backhand, forehand. And that ran him out of room. He was at the top of the crease. Now we're going to have offsetting penalties, it looks like, because of the contact there after Schlenker made the save. So offsetting penalties with 17:30 to go in our second period. We're going to skate things 4-on-4. That is Fawcett and Chizowski in the box, each for 2 minutes. Winterhawks own zone. They'll work a backhander up the boards, and they pick it up here for a left wing drive all the way into the corner. That was Hunter Darby. Left wing off of Hudson into the corner. And picked up by Calgary as they fly it right wing side through Tolk. Tolk to the corner. Carter Southern settles it behind his own goal line. Now finds the forward by himself in that right wing, and the play just didn't develop. Pass hopped over the stick of the late forward, Hudson Darby. End of his shift, and knew he was trying to settle that one down, just didn't get it tape to tape. Right wing side, Wetch trying to counterpunch for Calgary. Puck rolls right wing. Southern up the ice, crossing the blue line, shielding off his forward back checker in Muranov, and a good battle won here on a heavy hit at center. Puck in the slot bumped away. We'll get a puck touch by Maxim Muranov and an injured Winterhawk out at center. I think Carson Wetch got him. Second big hit he's had in this hockey game. Carter Southern gives him a couple of shoves, and Rich Campbell flies over the boards to tend to the injured Winterhawk at center ice.
I believe that's Ryan Miller, if I saw it correctly. I'm looking down at the bench. It looks like that's the missing number there for the guys in white. Looked like he might have got a little bit of the knee based upon kind of how I saw him go down there. Hopefully Miller's okay as a hush comes over the crowd as people are worried about, it looks like Ryan Miller down there. I don't think there was anything malicious there. Yeah, he's struggling to put some weight on that leg. Zakreski and just helping him.
Rich Campbell picked up his stick. Two Winterhawks players have to help Ryan Miller get off the ice right now. He's favoring his right leg. Only able to put weight on his left. And not the visuals Portland fans wanted to see here either. Midweek game, Ryan Miller means a lot for this team. 6 goals on the season. He's tied for third most on the club. Wears an A on his jersey as just a 17-year-old forward. Really trying to step into a leadership role and groom him for the future, and tough to see him get some help off the ice. Hopefully it's nothing very long term, but obviously not a great sign for the end result for the rest of the night.
Yeah, not at all for Miller. You know, the Winterhawks haven't had a 17-year-old alternate captain in over 20 years. Andy Kemper is a great team historian for the Winterhawks, and I were kind of going back trying to find. We thought maybe it might have been Braden Coburn.
Ferentz?
Yeah, we're not sure. It goes all the way back to at least Coburn's time, but for Miller, he had shoulder surgery. He missed time last year as a 16, and now this year coming in, you really hope for him, for his sake, that he's not looking at a long rehab. We won't speculate on the injury too much up here, but you hope he's okay. Real tough to see, and he'll be in good hands with Rich Campbell. He does a great job with the Winterhawks. If anything else is needed for him, so we'll keep an eye on that and update you if we get any sort of communication.
1-0 Calgary back here at the VMC ice with 16:10 to go in the second period. Hawks work a puck to the right side, and it's back across for Jugnauth. He'll gain the line with speed. Jugnauth shoots. Ran out of room there as Kabelka got it right pad and handed off here at the goal line for a driving play in the corner. As the Hawks look to bump it back up top, and just missing there was Zakreski as he worked it up high for Jugnauth and Slobodian. Puck on the wing, rolls off of Buttazzoni. Found here by Zakreski, and he gives it right back over to Calgary on the rink-wide feed as Yakemchuk goes corner. Hawks own zone. Jugnauth digs it out. Buttazzoni skates left. He'll come across the line with Zakreski, and the Hawks are offside.
Just a little bit in front of the play there, and Portland with the guys coming out of the box and with the second period of the long change, they might have had a 3-on-2 rush there with Jugnauth coming out of the box late. So just unfortunate. A couple times we've seen an offside play that's right there. Calgary had one in the first period. That was going to lead to a great scoring chance. Now Portland guilty of an offside penalty, face-off back at center ice.
Well, no doubt the pressuring force there was Yakemchuk. Scoreless trying to drive on that first-round NHL draft pick. Skates across the line a little early. Near wing and funneled back to the Portland zone. The Hitmen were changing, however. A little miscommunication there as it was Carson Wetch getting off the ice for a change. And they're going to have to straighten things back out as that's an icing call against Calgary. An offensive zone face-off set here for Portland. 15:15 to go in our second period. 1-0 Calgary on the road. And the shots in this period favor Calgary 6-1. Face-off win by Kindle. Kindle working on a 3-game goal streak. Player hits the ice. Oliver Tolk for the Hitmen. Got bumped there on the circle. Off the puck. And Carter Sutherland works it all the way around the wall to that right wing for Brown. Reed Brown couldn't do much with it. Calgary smothered it. And the Hitmen will survey out to center ice where they hit the outreach stick of Tolk. Sutherland and Muranov. End boards. Sutherland wins that battle. His pass goes to an open wing. Calgary steals. Kindle receives it from Tolk. Cuts on the right wing and moves it high in the zone for Williams. Williams to the net, looking for a tip. It found Portland first. And the Winterhawks drive it away up on the left side to find the open stick there of Kyle McDonough.
That was a key breakup there because Tolk was wide open on the backside.
Left wing pass. Tolk finds it, tries to center it. He saw the numbers developing there in the slot. Just could not find Sawyer Mays coming on a line change. This is the period of long change, and you could almost sense that one as that puck got tipped in. It had too much speed around the boards. Calgary recognized it, shot it up that left wing wall to try to create an odd man numbers rush behind the defense. Portland caught it just in time, and it rolls to the body of Schlenker.
As the players were going off for the face-off, Oliver Tolk having a conversation with referee Eric Freeman alongside Bobby Joe Love, just kind of having a quick conversation with them about just kind of maybe what happened on the face-off. I think he was kind of motioning to his mouth. I think he might have got clipped with a high stick potentially. Hard to tell. Not the best at reading lips from this far away, but looks no worse for the wear. Continued on with his shift, which was great to see.
Near wing, Yakemchuk up top. Here's Kosick. He'll shoot. Save made. Schlenker able to gobble that one up. Just shy of 6 minutes into the second period. Save number 11 on the night for Marek Schlenker. Schlenker appearing in his 8th game of the year. He's 2-3-1-0 as a goaltender with a 3.47 goals against average and a 90.4 save percentage. Right on par with those numbers here tonight, early into the second period. Vidson was on draw duty against Jugnauth. Hitmen have been a disciplined crew all season long. One of the fewest penalty minutes per game in the WHL. Only the offsetting minor for them. The Winterhawks have had no chance to operate on their red-hot power play here in tonight's contest. Blue line shot. Yakemchuk warded off. A wicked wrister from Yakemchuk. Schlenker makes the positional save and loads that shot out of play.
Clean face-off win there, right back to Yakemchuk, and that guy's got a wicked wrister. My goodness, oh, what a shot that was.
Puck goes wide of Schlenker's net. Settled here by Jugnauth. He'll work it from his own goal line up to the forwards. Jugnauth bumps right wing. Scoreless gains the line, drives, feeds that one to the corner. Was way behind on Budazzoni, and it goes right off the corner boards, back out right wing for Axel Hurtig. Left wing pass off the wall. Blue line fanned on. Here comes Portland. It's Scoreless with room. He shoots. He gets the crossbar. Beats Kabelka with a clean shot away from Axel Hurtig, the defenseman nearby, and it hits the iron to keep it a 1-0 Calgary lead. Near wing play, up right side, Wet shoots, glove side, knocked down by Schlenker, and the rebound drives into the end wall. Hawks Own end, it's Rudig firing right side. Portland was way offside there. There's the whistles. They're drawn off, and we'll take our timeout on that break. 1-0 Calgary here in the second period. You're watching Wednesday Night in the Dub on WHL Live and YouTube and listening to the Portland Winterhawks hockey on the Hawks Radio Network.
Looking for a better healthcare experience? Welcome to Zoom Care, where your care journey is beyond better. Get the urgent, primary, and emergency care you need, when, where, and how you want it. With online scheduling, evening and weekend hours, and neighborhood clinics near you, Zoom Care makes getting exceptional care easy. And our team of providers are with you every step of the way, from check-in to check-up to check-out. Zoom Care, beyond better healthcare.
Dear Winter Warriors, heading to Mount Hood Meadows? A Toyota truck is your ticket straight to the top, like the legendary Tacoma or the rugged Tundra. So load up those skis, snowboards, and hot cocoa and head for the mountains in an adventure-ready Toyota truck. Visit your local Toyota dealer to learn more about promotions with Mount Hood Meadows. Toyota, let's go places.
Time for more Winterhawks hockey on the Winterhawks Radio Network.
1-0 Hitmen here at the VMC. 13:05 to play in our second period. Portland wins the neutral ice faceoff out of the timeout, and they fire this puck around to the near wing where it's Yakemchuk putting it right back inside the Portland line. They try to cut through. Slobodian had it stripped, and a good recovery by Griffin Darby there at the low circle. Bumped around to the corner. Hawks hit a man on the backside. Penalty coming up against the Hawks, as it was, I believe that's Griffin Darby, over physical on the wall, got the numbers on the backside of Gorzinski, and Portland's going to go shorthanded on their next touch. Here in the second period, cutting in is Keith Fawcett. Fawcett fires from the circle. Nice save. Marek Schlenker reels it in.
Yeah, cross-checking upcoming here on Portland, but Calgary worked well there with the extra attackers. Kabelka got off for the extra man, 6-on-5. Got a good chance, a little bit of a pick play at the top of the zone, and Schlenker sticks out that glove and makes a save, no rebound, and Darby to the box for Calgary's second power play. Portland did a good job on the first one. Look for Calgary to try and maybe kind of work some of their plays, work that low to high like we talked about. Look for Kindle to kind of be able to unleash that one-timer. He's going to start here kind of at the point with Yakemchuk at the top of the circles.
Well, both teams' penalty kills excellent this season. Calgary in fourth, Portland in fifth in the WHL on the penalty kill entering the matchup here tonight. Yakemchuk right wing, fires it behind the Portland net, and they work it around through Vidson. Left circle now, looking to attack. That's Tolk. Tolk kept out wide. Zakreski active stick. Centering feed. Stolen for a moment by Portland. They try to dive. Look at the feed from Kindle. Keeps this play alive. Vidson shoots one to center. It's back on the wall, and the Hawks will jump on this one, elevating it back to the Hitman zone. Real good play there of the hands of Ben Kindle. Tried to prolong that offensive zone shift on the power play. 1:22 to operate on the man advantage.
Watching Yakemchuk here on the power play, just seeing how he operates. Wasn't afraid to kind of go to the net front there with Kindle at the point before he kind of retreated back to his normal position as a quarterback.
Tolk left wing. Yakemchuk getting harassed by a pair of Hawks. Dislodged, and the firing chance from Wetch. Stopped left pad by Schlenker. On the near side boards, that's Tolk. He'll spin. Goes towards the right post. Gets the return feed. Now up top, Yakemchuk. He shoots. He gets the end glass. He shot it through the body there of Carson Dick and Kyle McDonough. Dick finds the rebound off the shoulder pad save from Schlenker and fires it down the left wing.
The Hitmen continue to try and shoot glove side there on Schlenker. A little bit of the scouting report coming in to him. Looked like there was maybe one chance that went short side that Schlenker was just able to get enough of a piece on.
12 shots for Calgary, 9 minutes into this second period. They have 17 total, and they go left wing with a feed to that corner board where Ryder Thompson cuts it off. Hawks able to help there on the right side. They jam it off the dasher board, and a good successful clear hard off the wall by David Hoy.
Chance for maybe one more rush here for Calgary. A lot to like if you're Calgary. Portland, you probably also like your penalty kill. Don't want to give up their shots, but they're getting the clears that they need.
Puck goes to the corner. Winterhawks race to it. Good stick by Ryder Thompson. And the Hawks do find them on the left wing. They fired up the wall. And this one's rifled down to the corner. Puck was tipped, and the Hawks able to change it up as they're 2 for 2 now on the penalty kill tonight. Broken up pass at center. Zakreski got a piece of it. This one's handed off to neutral ice. And the Winterhawks gain the line. Look at the moves from Southern. His backhand stopped. Rebound play to the corner, and Southern tries to go low to high. Up top for Buttazzoni as they crisscross to change places. Out to center is Chizowski, and Cade Rudig puts it back over to the right wing where it rolls off the body here of Zakreski, and the Hitmen will play it out to neutral. Miranov driving right. He avoids Buttazzoni. Hitman to the corner on a feed from Miranov, and back over to Cade Rudig. The Hawks defenseman of Saskatchewan puts it out to center ice. Winterhawks, Zakreski gains the line. Puts it right side for the BC native Buttazzoni. Buttazzoni, low-high feed. Blue line Rudig with space. Rudig tried to cut right, ran himself in the trouble there at the sticks of Adazinski. And away comes Calgary's Carson Wetch. 9:15 to go in our second. 1-0 Hitman on the road. Winterhawks own zone. Trying to twist it near wing. Rudig stopped. Shot missing the net from Mays. Goes into that left sideboards, and Pisarchuk turns it over to Portland. Here come the Hawks. Left wing Buttazzoni. Good pass. Zakreski trying to load it in front. A midair tip by Chizowski. Somehow found by Kaysen Kabelka. Almost overslid the puck. Chizowski tried to throw his stick on puck midair in front of Kabelka, and that's probably the best save of the period and of the night for Kabelka on an unusual redirection there for the Portland captain.
Yeah, the Winterhawks, their top line of Zakreski, Buttazzoni, and I'm completely spaced on the third guy, excuse me. They were out there for a long time, though. I didn't have a whole lot left in the tank, but were able to get just enough and really got a good chance on Kabelka. However, for Portland, it's been a lot of one and done, not a lot of offensive zone time as they continue to try and put some pressure here on Calgary.
I'll come back a little bit to the breakouts as well that Josh was mentioning in that first period. Not many on-man rushes for Portland. As that puck, every time they seem to have one going, they got to make the quick pass. The puck gets on edge and just does not want to settle as this one's fired out of the Calgary zone. Retreating on the play is Thompson. His rink-wide pass was knocked down by Miranov. And it's on the short boards here with 8:25 to go in our second period. Intercepted by the Hitmen. They put it back in the Portland zone. Miranov cutting right wing. Glued to him is Ryder Thompson. Carter Southern on his backhand will play the puck up the wing as it flutters back into the Calgary zone. Hurtig goes left. Williams up the ice. Hitmen bump it back to their own blue line, and they'll twist this puck to the right side for Hurtig. Hawks intercept. Ryder Thompson trying to work it along for his 16-year-old Duguay. Portland on the breakout will organize it here to the near side. Spinning is Southern, and he'll put one all the way around the wing out to center ice for Braden Jockums. Well, we're seeing a little bit of the mix-up now for Portland's lines as we get an icing play here. 7:42 to go in our second period. Now that things are 5-on-5, looks like Braden Jockums takes the spot on the wing here, vacated by the injury to Ryan Miller. Miller and Rich Campbell still back in the Winterhawks locker room after sustaining that, what we expect, knee-to-knee contact down at center. Coincidental contact draws out the Winterhawks' second-year forward. So the forward lines will be down one person here for the rest of this period, if not more. Far side left shot, knocked down by a leg, loaded back to the circle, and then a missed effort there by Gorzinski trying to put it on. Portland's Jockums deep in the offensive zone. The right-handed stick goes left wall for Yaremko. Up the ice for the blue line shot. Good block. Gorzinski jumps in front of it there from the drive of Darby. Left wing Yaremko bids it rink wide. Turning shot fired by Darby, and the rebound pops out left circle. Kabelka was there to play it. Tyson Yaremko fires it on for the left side circle, and a good chance there for a shot that acted as a nice pass from Hudson Darby. He put it for the right side behind the net. It had the right geometry to find Yaremko, and Kabelka was there ready for the save, gobbled it up with the chest.
Yeah, that's maybe one of the longer shifts for Portland in the offensive zone, which they're looking to maybe extend on that a little bit here. So see if you can kind of start to string a couple back-to-back shifts together and kind of put some pressure on Kabelka, as he hasn't faced a ton of shots, only 13 here so far.
Neutral ice play for the Hitmen. They'll gain the line with a pass, then it's fired over for Vidson for Wetch. Behind the Portland net now. Corner pass goes blue line. Here's Pisarchuk down low. Penalty coming up on the Hawks in the defensive zone. Once again, they'll get a puck touch in the corner with 6:48 to play. A slashing infraction will put the Hawks shorthanded once again, and we'll take our timeout with the Calgary power play coming up when we return. You're listening to Portland Winterhawks hockey on the Hawks Radio Network and watching Wednesday Night in the Dub on WHL Live and YouTube.
When you need short-term communications for your business, project, or event, call the pros at Day Wireless Systems. We rent Motorola two-way radios, cellular devices, and satellite phones by the day, week, or month. We have thousands of units of inventory, and our experienced rental teams will make sure you have clear communication throughout your entire event. Visit us online at daywirelessrentals.com for more information. Day Wireless Systems, where a lot happens in a day.
The original is my go-to, but the spicy filet lives up to the hype. Hey, it's Jillian, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A honey pepper pimento chicken sandwich is the combination of flavors. The sweet honey, the kick from the jalapenos, amazing.
Real customer paid for their testimonial.
At LA Fitness, there's no end to what you can try with your 3-day free pass. Sign up today at startlafitness.com. From cycling to swimming, running to rowing, battle ropes to box jumps. And the perks don't stop there. When you join LA Fitness, it opens the door to premium amenities like Olympic lifting platforms, basketball courts, pools, and more. Stop into one of our hundreds of locations. Grab your free 3-day pass at startlafitness.com. That's startlafitness.com. Amenities vary by location. Certain amenities may be available for an additional fee. Free 3-day pass is redeemable by non-members only. Other restrictions apply.
Blue line shot from Calgary out of the timeout to start the power play. Might have ricocheted off the glove side post, and the Hawks get one back out to center. Third man advantage of the night consecutively here for Calgary. Puck goes high slot. Portland chips it near glass. And this one's deflected out of the zone where Ryder Thompson finds it, fires it back to the forwards. Hawks gain the line, cutting to center. Portland trying to grab that one, almost drawing himself there into a hooking situation. Kyle Chizowski just tried to get a penalty there against Calgary. Couldn't get him to bite. 1:20 to go on the power play. 6:04 remaining in the second. Left wing turning, right side. And a little backhand, forehand move. Good break up by Yaremko. Hawks 2-on-1 out of the zone. Pass misfired by Yaremko. Tried to go right wing for Zakreski. And the Winterhawks are just off as they would have had a 2-on-1 breakaway into the offensive zone there from the center ice red line. But a pass off the target negates that chance.
Just kind of how it's been going for Portland. The passes are just not quite accurate enough, and you know they're doing a lot of things right. It's just kind of that last kind of final touch that they need. It's just not quite there tonight. So you know you're only down one. If you're the Winterhawks, you got to stay positive on the bench, and you know kind of the one that did go in was off a skate. So you know keep your heads up and keep going, and you know try and get a power play, but you got to have the puck, got to have some sustained pressure in the offensive zone to try and draw one of those.
Still 50 seconds to play on the Calgary power play. A blue line shot from Hamilton blocked through traffic. Goes back to Hamilton, a load at right circle. Calgary in front. Sliding pad saved by Schlenker. Hawks able to get enough on that puck to chip it out of the zone, and the Hitmen will reset. Left wing fired in off the corner. Nice check there on the far side by Carson Dick. He found his man Kosick. Hamilton driving to the corner, now bumps it high for Fawcett. Missed a handle, but not enough of a lane there at the end of a shift for Kyle McDonough to give it a chase. Final 15 to go on the David Hoy infraction for slashing, and the Hitmen break it out of their own end with 5 to go in the period with a 1-0 lead. Keats Fawcett turns the puck over with a pass. Portland chips it to space. They'll settle left wing, a shot driven. Zakreski had it kicked off by Kabelka, and the Hawks kill off their third penalty of the night. Right circle feed back to center. Off the wall, taken here right wing. It's Valiant up the boards and tipped back out to center where it goes left side out of the reach of Chizowski. Defensively played by Ora. 4:24 to go in period 2. Portland top of the zone. Shot attempt knocked down. It found the body of Hamilton and will be carried out to center ice by the Hitmen. Calgary's backhander plays it into the Portland zone. Hawks right wing, dancing his way through. Floating a good pass left side, Josh Zakreski. He's had a good game tonight for Portland. Backhand, left wing Buttazzoni. Centers for a tip, and knocked down by Kabelka. Buttazzoni got the open stick of Kyle Chizowski. And finally, the Winterhawks' top scoring line able to get 2 back-to-back dangerous looks following their third successful penalty kill. Josh Zakreski threw into the lower leg pad of Kabelka, and then good heads-up play by Buttazzoni on the wall to find his captain cutting from that right circle.
Yeah, Zakreski's, like you mentioned, Nick, has had a really good game here so far tonight. He's had a couple of good chances. I think he hit the post on one of his shots as well. So, on that shorthanded rush, I think there wasn't much else he could do. He kind of had to fire as Calgary really closed down the lane. But, just something to kind of keep an eye on here. Miller also was one of the, top penalty killers for Portland, as well as the Hitmen are offside here entering the zone. So, there's going to be even more minutes that, and when you're killing penalties, it takes a lot of work. It's a lot more, you're chasing, defending is hard work. And when you're doing that, some of your top guys, especially if they're guys that are, kind of your offensive guys that Portland is utilizing here on the penalty kill, it's going to kind of take away some of their energy to kind of play in the offensive zone. So something to keep an eye on here in the third period, when we get to the third period, But, for Portland, more of what you just saw, and kind of looking at the bench, doesn't look like, we're obviously facing the opposite direction here. Not a lot of chatter, but, you see Kyle Gustafson and the assistant coaches kind of tapping guys on the back and keeping the spirits high.
On the backhanded stick, Calgary turns right circle, floating pass for Aura. That one skipped way away from him, and the Hawks, Carson Dick, trying to hustle for it back in the Calgary zone. Hawks win the battle. Dick, good forecheck. Portland centers, and the reached out stick breaks it up from Calgary. Good heads-up play there. It was Ethan Moore throwing it in the lane. I believe that was Darby, the right-handed shooter on the near side. He was in the one-time position for that. But you like the effort there of Carson Dick. Hustle to the puck, find it in the corner. He took over the spot that time on the wings. Looks like the Winterhawks kind of be rolling 3 lines from here on out, maybe rotating in piece of that 4th line to fill in to the injured Miller, as Reed Brown will take the offensive zone faceoff, and Portland down 1-0 on home ice. Quick shot off the faceoff win. Good-looking drive there from Kyle McDonough, but it goes wide and deflects into the beer garden, out of play over the stanchion. I believe, though, it was tipped. I think Portland wants to say that was a delay of game. They will converse. The 4 on-ice officials will have a conversation. However, I don't think Portland's going to get their way on this one. Oh, they will.
Yeah, Nick, I think it hit the corner glass, that circle glass, and went down. It looked like the puck jumped up relatively quickly there. And is that Tulk that's going to the box there? I think he got it up on his backhand. So for Portland, here's your opportunity, right? Portland, like you mentioned, Nick, 30%, first in the league. Their last 3 games, 4 for 10, 40%. Calgary on the shorthanded. They're 4th in the league, 81.1%, 7 of 8 in their last 3 games on the kill.
Well, this is the gift the Winterhawks need at the end of a second period. Clean face-off win and clear for Calgary, however. And the Hawks bring 3 bodies back to reset. No Miller as well on the power play unit. Keep an eye on that one. Yaremko takes his spot just like he did last Saturday in Wenatchee. Puck right wing through Chizowski. Couldn't gain the line. A big body right in front. It was Axel Hertig able to swat it away and clear it back behind Schlenker.
When the Winterhawks power play is going well, it's all going to be funneled through Tyson Jugnauth at the point.
Speaking of which, he gains the line with a good move. Jugnauth to center. Thought he would have Yaremko there going to the front of the crease. He stopped his skates. And Jugnauth will take the puck back out to neutral ice, putting it to Buttazzoni. Good catch by Buttazzoni. He'll gain the line with speed. Buttazzoni to the corner. Draws a penalty there on Hertig. And Portland's going to have 69 seconds of 5-on-3 hockey.
Yeah, that's exactly what you need from Buttazzoni. Get into the offensive zone, win a puck battle, go to work, keep his feet moving, draws a power play. Now, for Portland, this is a glorious opportunity. Looking at Kyle Gustafson here, see if he's going to take his time out. Doesn't look like he did, but it looks like there was a quick, look over at Baertschi, who runs the power play, to try and see, if they're going to try and draw something up here. So, glorious opportunity for Portland here on the power play. Kind of same 5 guys out there, Buttazzoni and Chizowski, kind of talking about what they might want to do. Look for Buttazzoni kind of on that right-hand side with that one-time clapper from Jugnauth. They love to do that.
Well, this is exactly what Portland wanted. Their fans wanted. A little energy back in this building. 2:15 to go in the second. Hawks blue line, they'll feed it wide right circle. Up top, it's Southern. Left wing, Jugnauth in. Jugnauth waits, fakes, and feeds it to the left corner. Kyle Chizowski spins and finds Carter Southern. Southern to Jugnauth. Jugnauth didn't get all of it. Tried to pass that one to the front of the net for Zakreski. Right wing, Buttazzoni. He'll shoot. Knocked down. Kabelka got it with the shoulders and now fired over the glass again by a Hitman player. This is going to be a delay of game penalty as they try to just clear it hard to the glass. They ramped it too high and it goes into the corner boards and out. So Portland's essentially now going to have extra time, 5-on-3. It'll be a minute and 34 seconds of a 5-on-3. So the good keeps getting better here for Portland end of the second.
Yeah, and keep in mind, Yakemchuk, who's going off, his penalty is not going to start until those other two penalties come off, because you will not go down to there. So though in 43 seconds, that's when Yakemchuk's penalty is going to start to tick down. So for Portland, you've got to play with a sense of urgency here. But at this moment right there, like Yakemchuk, he's not trying to shoot the puck over the glass, especially in that situation. He's just trying to clear the puck. So if there ever was a moment for Portland, you go from it not having a power play to now all of a sudden going right here.
Minute 17 seconds, you get three penalties against Calgary. And two of which were delay of game penalties, which obviously not only are they rarities, but they're unusual, especially having it back-to-back because you have to fire it over the glass in your defensive zone 2 times to get both those penalties. They will converse here. It's likely the rule that Josh just pulled up in the broadcast, make sure that clock doesn't start and everybody's straightened away with 1:51 to go in the second period. This is Portland's moment. They have a big chance to try to tie it up before the end of 2. Hawks win the face-off. Chizowski clean win. Jugnauth right. Southern into the wide circle. Back up top, here's Carter Southern. The Flyers prospect goes to the Kraken prospect. Jugnauth corner finds Chizowski. His feed too far behind Buttazzoni. Hawks get a reset through Zakreski. Jugnauth to the circle, walks it up top, Southern fake shot, puts it Buttazzoni, not in his wheelhouse. Had to catch the pass. Buttazzoni in the perimeter, moves it high. Southern looks left. Here's Jugnauth across the sea, picked up, Buttazzoni shoots, missed it, blocker hand side. 1:20 to go in the period. Hawks circle, they fire. Jugnauth had it denied. Good save, Kabelka. Rebound scrambled to the left circle and it got on edge. Jugnauth keeps it into the zone. Portland fires up top. Hawks shoot, tipped wide. Second penalty clock has started now. 45 seconds to go on the 5-on-3. Portland, goal line, turning shot, missed. Chizowski couldn't believe it. He missed it, low blocker's side. Hawks get a reset. Southern in the slot. His shot blocked. Good job by Adazinski taking away that shooting lane. And Jugnauth fires it into the left corner. Hitman skaters on their feet on the bench. Portland keeps it alive. Long shift for the power play. Skaters behind the net. Chizowski right corner. Chizowski waits, looks to load, goes into the right corner. Shot denied. Kabelka gets the whistles. He ricochets that one out of play. And a timely break for Calgary that allows them to change penalty killers.
Yeah, Portland kept a little bit to the perimeter. Again, those passes just not quite where they need to be. Southern had a couple in his skates, but Buttazzoni had a couple in his skates as well. But, still 13 seconds left to work on that second 5-on-3. But, for the Hitmen, they kept their structure. They were able to kind of, keep Portland to the outside. But here we go with another 30 seconds left in the second period.
That was a great display on the penalty kill for a minute 20 for Calgary, just to stop those chances. A couple of nice high shot blocks and a few passes I think Portland might want back. They didn't quite put it in the right spot. Chizowski on the draw. Slips behind Kabelka. Fired by Hamilton. Good stop there with a stick by Zakreski to hold the zone. 22 to go in the period. Jugnauth back up top. Southern goes right. One-time shot blocked. Hamilton denied it. Fires it out of the box. And almost caught his man. If that was maybe a half second later, Hertig might have had a chance to receive that with no Portland defender even close. And a 5-on-4 power play here. One final rush before the end of period 2. It's negated at the blue line. That's going to do it for 40 minutes of hockey. Calgary scored in the opening 2 minutes of that period. Portland got rewarded with 3 consecutive power plays to end the second period. They got a couple of shots onto Kabelka. Nothing through him. Calgary stayed sound defensively in front. And we go to the break with 51 seconds still on the power play clock for the Winterhawks to start our third period. But it's Calgary doing the job offensively here after 40. We'll take our break on the broadcast. When we come back, let's talk about the second period. A lot more happening there in the second than it did in the first. The shot totals went up, and we have our first scoring play of the night. We'll hear from that. We'll talk about it, break it down. We'll send it over to our out-of-town scoreboard here in the Western Hockey League. All of that is coming up next. You're watching Wednesday Night in the Dub on WHL Live and YouTube and listening to the Winterhawks hockey on the Portland Winterhawks Radio Network.
Les Schwab, it's the deal you've been waiting for. The Score More sales event. Save up to $160 instantly on a wide selection of 4 tires and 4 wheels. Plus, every tire is covered by America's best tire warranty. 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. Just one more way you'll get more from less. Stop by the store or find your tires at leschwab.com. Limited time offer while supplies last. See leschwab.com/sale for details.
We love the new copier.
Great.
Wish you could help with data security.
We can.
Really?
Pacific Office Automation has total office solutions.
Like IT?
Yep.
Cloud-based phone systems, video conferencing, and security cameras?
Sure.
Dermatology?
Yeah. Wait, no.
Just checking. I have kind of a weird mole.
From office technology to managed IT and unified communications, PacificOffice.com is your one-stop shop to optimize workflow and save money. Pacific Office Automation. Problem solved.
The original is my go-to, but the spicy filet lives up to the hype. Hey, it's Jillian, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A honey pepper pimento chicken sandwich is the combination of flavors. The sweet honey, the kick from the jalapenos, amazing.
Real customer paid for their testimonial.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. The Portland Winterhawks are in the holiday spirit and ready for the annual toy drive on Friday, November 22nd. In partnership with Les Schwab and Fox 12, fans are invited to help give back to our community. Bring unwrapped toys like sporting goods, board games, action figures, dolls, and books to donate at the game. Last year, we helped donate over 3,000 toys to those in need, and we're looking to spread more holiday cheer this season. Learn more and get tickets now at winterhawks.com.
Office Furniture Direct is the area's leader for office furniture at a fraction of its original price. Whether it's 3 or 300 recycled matching workstations, they have it. And now Office Furniture Direct is your source for the best price and finest installation on new from the factory office systems. Find them online at officefurnituredirect-pdx.com or call 503-246-4900. Office Furniture Direct, Portland's most respected office furniture dealer.
Office Furniture Direct.
Portland Winterhawks hockey brought to you by Fred Meyer and Zoom Care. Welcome back to Wednesday Night in the Dub here in Portland, Oregon. The Calgary Hitmen continuing their U.S. Division road trip, seeking their 8th win of the season. Meanwhile, the Winterhawks having a rare home game. I say rare because it's the first one for them here in the month of November. They've had to be on the road for quite some time, and they tried the surge at the end of that second period, but nonetheless, Calgary lead at the end of 2 periods of hockey. Nick Merrick alongside Josh Kreitzer. Let's jump right into our Michelob Ultra scoring summary after 2 periods of play. Chase Valiant has the game's only goal, 150 into the second period from Connor Vidson and Dax Williams. They credit them with the assists on an extended play in the offensive zone and a fortuitous bounce for Calgary. A Chase Valiant spinning pass, trying to rifle one in front, ends up getting knocked down off the skate of Jugnauth, beats the goaltender Merrick Schlenker's left pad, ricochets off the post, and goes in for the first of the night for Calgary. Valiant gets his 3rd goal of the campaign and 10th overall goal in his WHL career to put the Calgary Hitmen on the board 1-0. Also been a little bit of a big riser in the lineup there too for Valiant, a Surrey, BC native in his 18-year-old season. He has all 3 of his goals, by the way, in his last 5 games, including one now in back-to-back as he scored in Tri-City just 2 nights ago, and that's where things stand at the end of 2 periods of play. Shot totals 20-19 favoring Portland, 20 for 20. Kaysen Kabelka, not too shabby in his WHL debut. Heck of a start for him, and obviously you are tested when you're going 5-on-3 on the penalty kill side against the top power play entering the night in the Western Hockey League, and the Winterhawks didn't have much to show for it there as they still do have 51 seconds of a conventional 5-on-4 power play, but interesting to see what the Winterhawks can do to maybe gain some positive momentum to start this third period.
Yeah, Nick, and going back to that power play, you give a lot of credit to the penalty killers that from Calgary, especially David Adzinski. He leads them with a little over two minutes of ice time on average on the shorthanded time from a forward perspective. Hertig and Williams are kind of their leaders, kind of who they rely on, a little bit like how Ryder Thompson plays a lot on the penalty kill for Portland. So those three guys really did a solid job, when they were able to kind of be out there. So. But those passes, it's kind of been the theme for Portland. We saw the 2-on-1 rush that didn't quite generate.
Yep.
The puck was in the skates of Southern. It was in the skates of Buttazzoni. And just the passing is just not quite there tonight. It's not what we saw in Wenatchee from Portland. But Calgary, they're just playing a structured, solid game. And they kind of really, I felt, came out on the front foot to start the second period. You could tell that they were kind of, all right, we're feeling comfortable, let's go. I think Portland kind of took advantage a little bit more there towards the back half of the period, aided obviously by the power plays for Portland. But so, just kind of one of the things, to kind of keep in mind is as you go through here, when Portland is trailing after two periods, they're 2-5-2. So, they're going to need to come from behind victory again here tonight. But, can't understate how much maybe you miss Ryan Miller having another shooter there on that power play. He's got just an absolute wicked of a wrist shot. But we've also seen that Kyle Gustafson and Sven Berchi is not afraid to go to Carter Southern when there's another guy missing. When Miller went down that first power play, Uremko slid in for him. But then when it went to that 5-on-3, Uremko came off, Southern came on. We saw that earlier in the year when Jordan Jugnauth was playing on the power play. When it went to a 5-on-3, he came off and replaced for Southern. Southern's that offensive defenseman. He quarterbacks the second power play for Portland, so it's not a surprise to see him get that elevation. But just not quite 100% crisp tonight for the Winterhawks.
Well, fortunately for them, they still have 20 minutes to try to right this ship and reflip the script on home ice. This is just Portland's 6th home game of the season, and tonight they're playing an overall game number 18. So also trying to just get acclimated again to the VMC, a place you feel like you haven't had too much time to get comfortable in at all this season. But right now, a 1-goal contest moving into our third period of play. A reminder, the Old Spaghetti Factory serves delicious, affordable meals in a unique setting and a proud sponsor of your Portland Winterhawks. We'll continue our Wednesday night in the Dub coverage next. It's your out-of-town scoreboard segment when we return. At the end of 2 periods of play, Calgary 1, Portland 0. You're listening to Winterhawks Hockey on the Winterhawks Radio Network and watching on WHL Live and the WHL YouTube.
Food, you share your heart. So what's on your table this holiday season? Save on your festive feast at Fred Meyer with delicious deals on all the holiday classics. Or wow the crowd with something new, like a quinoa-stuffed butternut squash. It's sure to add a pop of color to your spread. How about a sweet potato casserole with a crunchy oat streusel topping, made with care for the sweet tooth and the savory tooth? With Fred Meyer, fill your table with love and watch as your guests' hearts get as full as their bellies. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
Dear Winter Warriors, heading to Mount Hood Meadows? A Toyota truck is your ticket straight to the top, like the legendary Tacoma or the rugged Tundra. So load up those skis, snowboards, and hot cocoa and head for the mountains in an adventure-ready Toyota truck. Visit your local Toyota dealer to learn more about promotions with Mount Hood Meadows. Toyota, let's go places.
Looking for a better primary care experience? Welcome to Zoom Care. Zoom Care is here for more than urgent needs. We can be your PCP too. Our primary care team has grown and is currently accepting new patients. Don't wait for the care you need. You can have your first visit with one of our many providers within 48 hours. And we take most insurances. Why wait weeks for an appointment when you can be seen today? Learn more about establishing primary care at zoomcare.com. Zoom Care. Beyond better healthcare.
Hi, I'm a fisherman.
And I'm a crab.
Okay, explain the gold.
I heard you say we brought in nearly $500 million, so I treated myself.
Well, we brought over $500 million into the Oregon economy over the last decade. Jobs, processing, tourism, it really adds up.
So we're not super rich?
Correct.
I have to make a call. Yes, hi, what is your store's return policy on gold jewelry?
Hey, it's Amanda, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A nugget trays is that they're so easy for the holidays. They're warm and crunchy and flavorful. It's always a crowd pleaser. When I put down a nugget tray, everyone is happy.
Well, back inside Veterans Memorial Coliseum, Wednesday night in the dub action here in Portland. 1-goal contest, waiting for the offenses to get rolling here in this hockey game. If you're Case and Kabelka, though, you're A-OK with the results so far. 20 saves on 20 shots on goal. Let's take a look at our Pacific Office Automation out-of-town scoreboard. Pacific Office Automation, locally owned and headquartered in Portland since 1976. 3 other games in the Western League and a couple already going final. In Edmonton, the Medicine Hat Tigers scored twice in the second period. They beat the Oil Kings by a 2-1 score. Shots were even up there at 28 apiece, but it was a goal by Liam Ruck to break a 1-0 deficit on the road. Oasis Weisblatt, just over 2 minutes after Ruck nets his second of the WHL season. Weisblatt gets his 10th of the year from Gavin McKenna, a 2-assist game for McKenna, and a big victory on the road there for the Medicine Hat Tigers. Harrison Mennigan, top star in the game, 27 saves on 28 shots against. His counterpart, Alex Worthington, who was stellar against Portland just last month, he made 26 saves on 28 shots against. At the iPlex in Swift Current, 5 goals for the Broncos, including the overtime winning goal. Luke Misselbacher, 4:36 in the extra frame from Joey Roca, sends the home team victorious. The Broncos, once led 4-2 in that contest, ended up getting erased to a 4-4 game as 2 goals in the second half of period 3 by Ethan Semenuk and Caleb Parker netted the score, forcing overtime. Luke Misselbacher with a 2-goal game and the overtime winner, also 2 assists, so 4 points total of the 5 goals scored for the Broncos as they win on home ice in division. Finally, we look over in Kelowna where the Seattle Thunderbirds lead the Kelowna Rockets at the end of 2 periods of play by a 3-1 score. Nathan Pilling scored the opening goal of that contest, 12:52 into the first period from Braden Coots and Simon Loveson. Tija Ginla, the first-round selection of the Utah Hockey Club, gets his 11th of the year from Michael Cicek and Hiroki Goisik. Matej Pakash and Ty Riley have the final goals there in that second period. Riley with his first career Western Hockey League goal in our out-of-town scoreboard update. That's brought to you by Pacific Office Automation. Portland and Calgary will finish this one up in our third period. Once we return, Nick Merrick, Josh Kreitzer here with you. Just Josh, for our final thoughts moving into our third period. Overall, what are you expecting to see changes made between the periods we come back before period 3?
I really think Portland's going to try and simplify their game. I think they're probably looking at kind of what they've been able to generate through 40 minutes and probably aren't satisfied with the looks that they're getting on Kabelka. So I think from their standpoint, they're probably looking, let's keep it simple. You want to try and score on the 51-second power play that you have to start the third, but if nothing else, continue to build some momentum, because if not, Calgary is going to really start to feel good about themselves that they were able to shut down the Winterhawks' top power play for over 2 minutes, especially on the 5-on-3. From Calgary, it's more the same. Continue to play to your structure. You're going to want to try and not put Portland back on the power play, because now they've kind of started to see what you're going to do. They've had a chance to talk about it, dissect it. I know that's one thing Gustafsson has talked to me about when I've interviewed him in the past, is Portland really does well when they can, and a lot of coaches are probably the same way, where they're able to feel like that they can talk through stuff and then after a period get another opportunity. And so for Calgary, it's continuing to stay disciplined, but then also keep their defensive structure, continue on their clean zone exits. They had a little bit of a stretch in the first period where they weren't so great. Better in the second. They'll try and look to do that there here in the third. Oliver Tulk is having a sneaky, quiet, good game. There's not a lot to say there, but off the puck, I've really enjoyed watching him. Yakemchuk will come out of the box, after serving his penalty, but he's going to probably continue to be a driving force. Expect to see him play probably a good 8-9 minutes, maybe even 10, depending upon where it's at in the third period. So probably more the same for Calgary. Portland's probably going to try and change things up just a little bit.
Well, Josh Zakreski's been the best Winterhawk on the ice, and Portland needs to find that groove, what they had going on Saturday in Wenatchee. They played excellent hockey in Wenatchee just a few nights ago. Haven't quite had the groove to settle in, as Josh just said. We'll see if they can rewrite that script in our third period when we come back. Portland and Calgary battling tonight in our Wednesday night in the Dub on WHL Live and YouTube. You're listening to Winterhawks Hockey on the Hawks Radio Network. Third period is coming up next.
It's the deal you've been waiting for. The Score More sales event. Save up to $160 instantly on a wide selection of 4 tires and 4 wheels. Plus, every tire is covered by America's best tire warranty. 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. Just one more way you'll get more from less. Stop by the store or find your tires at leschwab.com. Limited time offer while supplies last. See leschwab.com/sale for details.
Winterhawks fans, it's game time. Grab a pint of the new Widmer Brothers Hopcadia Northwest IPA, a tasty, hoppy, and refreshing beer brewed for cheering on the Portland Winterhawks. So whether you're here at the game or hanging out with your team, Hopcadia IPA is the perfect brew for everyone on your crew. Available at your favorite retailers since 1984, Widmer Brothers Brewing is built by brothers and brewed for family. And a proud partner of your Portland Winterhawks. Prost!
When you need short-term communications for your business, project, or event, call the pros at Day Wireless Systems. We rent Motorola two-way radios, cellular devices, and satellite phones by the day, week, or month. We have thousands of units of inventory, and our experienced rental teams will make sure you have clear communication throughout your entire event. Visit us online at daywirelessrentals.com for more information. Day Wireless Systems, where a lot happens in a day.
Save money on your transportation costs with TriMet's Reduced Fare Transit Card. If you meet income requirements, get your first month free while you enjoy unlimited rides on buses and trains. Learn more and apply today at trimet.org/save.
Portland Winterhawks Hockey brought to you by Odyssey and MindRx. Welcome back to the start of period 3 here at the Glass Palace. It's Wednesday night in the Dub. 1 goal for Calgary is the difference here so far as the Winterhawks look to start the period off right on their power play. 0 for 2 on the night, entering the final 51 seconds of this. And we'll go to center ice here in a moment for our third period puck drop that's brought to you by Toyota. Dear Spotlight, Toyota has more all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive vehicles than any other brand. Find your perfect ride, and you'll shine bright day or night. Toyota, let's go places.
Yeah, Nick, as they drop the puck here for the third period, no Ryan Miller, so they'll be without him the rest of the night.
Hawks break out of their own zone. They fire it left. Jugnauth gains the line with a pass. Corner feed to center, bump just wide on the redirection from Tyson Jugnauth. Put on the right pad of Kabelka. Left wing chance, Adazinski trying to drive through Jugnauth. Great positioning by Tyson Jugnauth. Back to secure the puck, and he hands it off to the forward, Buttazzoni. Diego Buttazzoni cuts inside, gets around one, shoots it. That's tipped. Dax Williams got a piece of it. That one goes out of play. 18 to go on the Hawks' third power play.
Yeah, Nick, that's exactly what we were talking about right there at the end of the intermission. Portland gets over the blue line. What does Buttazzoni do? First thing he does, take a shot towards the net, trying to simplify the play a little bit. Jugnauth was in position defensively, was able to kind of win that 50-50 battle with Adazinski, get up the ice, get it to Buttazzoni, put a shot on net.
Blue line shot, low pass, left circle. Hawks try to go from the goal line to bumper position for Yaremko, just off target there. Zakreski loads it left, shot from Buttazzoni, misses wide. Zakreski on his backhand, final 3 seconds of the power play. That expires. Hawks shoot sharp angle to get a rebound off the pillows. And Yaremko trying to jostle it back into the corner. The Hitmen will fly it out the center. Both teams 3 for 3 on their penalty kill here tonight.
Yeah, that last chance by Zakreski looked like he tried to bank it in, but Kabelka was right there holding that post.
Right side, driven back to the Portland corner. Hawks Ryder Thompson goes left side for Jugnauth. He'll float a puck to the forward. That's picked up by McDonough. And the Hawks have to reverse it behind the net of Schlenker. Near wing play. Tipped out blue line. Aura denied it. Puck goes left and worked in by Duguay. Left wing side. Brown driving on the wing. Tipped up right wall, and Ben Kindle will fly out to center. Tolk to Kindle. Muranov shot denied. Schlenker got out of the right leg pad, and the rebound secured out of the zone by Duguay. Kindle dropping back for Calgary. First time we've really noticed Kindle 5-on-5 on the puck as he gained the offensive line. This one rolls away from Adazinski, and the Hawks go left wing through Ryder Thompson. Braden Jaw comes in pursuit. A backhander goes left wall. Yaremko trying to work it away from Adazinski. It's back out to center ice. Hawks capture it. Southern drives away from Fawcett and puts it left boards over there for a feed out of Slobodian. The Hitmen's Pisarchuk able to pick this one up own corner. Far wing side, Keats Fawcett turns a backhander off the glass. Yaremko rifles it right back into the Calgary zone. 17-17 to go in our third frame. Hawks Buttazzoni tried to steal it from Brandon Gorzinski. Put in by Hamilton. And this one skips around the top of the dasher to find Vidson left wing. Hawks own zone, left side, out to neutral, and forced along on the right wing by Herdig. Portland D-to-D behind their own goal. Right wing pass, it's Rudig up the ice. Bent to center by Zakreski. Another puck that bobbled, goes into the corner.
Another one over Buttazzoni's stick, just hopped over it.
And skips out the center for Valiant. Valiant trying to work here on Darby. Griffin Darby caught him again on the backside. That's going to be his second infraction of the night. He'll try to chase down this puck to get a touch on the left side. He does. And the Hitmen going back on the power play. 2 cross-checking infractions to Griffin Darby here tonight. 3:35 into our third period.
This is a big moment here in the game. You know, Portland had those 3 power plays back to back to back. Now it's Calgary's turn to go back on the man advantage. Getting a goal here to double their lead would sure go a long way in helping them. Portland's going to need to really buckle down, try and generate some at least good momentum. Like you said, Nick, earlier in the broadcast, they've got back-to-back games where they were able to score a shorthanded goal. Unfair face-off here. They'll do it again. But again, look for Calgary to really try and, like we were talking about, they had an opportunity to talk in the intermission a little bit about power play, see if they were able to draw something up.
Calgary went to the face-off, blue line, looking to shoot. They'll feed it right wing. It's over to the right circle for the one-time bid. They wanted Wetch, just missed him. Oliver Tolk took the pass from Kindle, who was quarterbacking top of the zone. And this one goes off the backhanded blade of Wetch. Portland's Southern will find it. And he fires it down the ice. Good clear by the Hawks.
Yeah, if the geometry was just a little bit different, there was a 2-on-1 there available for Darby and McDonough. Really hard to do, though, under pressure from Southern.
Portland did a great job clogging that lane as it goes left wing side. Forced in by Calgary. And the blue line shot found the tipping stick of Wetch. He just sent it high on the redirect over the crossbar. Carson Wetch gets one back. Works at high slot. Calgary shoots. Great block. Portland, believe that was McDonough. And it's rifled down the ice by the Hawks defense. Good recovery there from Kyle McDonough, the second-year forward. Gaining the line for his shot. Kindle puts off the left shoulder pad of Schlenker. Follow-up chance. Somehow found the back post, and what a save by the defenseman, Tyson Jugnauth. Oh my goodness, I hope we have a second angle of that. The follow-up shot went through the wickets of Marek Schlenker, and Tyson Jugnauth's backhanded blade stayed hard on the goal line to keep it away. That might sneakily be your WHL save of the night.
Is there a WHL save of the night that doesn't feature a goaltender?
If there is, it's going to happen right now. That is such a quiet moment that's going to be so big in the grand scheme of things while the Hawks were shorthanded. Final 10 of the power play. Breakout comes. Gain the line, Hamilton. Schlenker will melt it as he puts his glove on top. A weird bounce that went off the post to set up the replay. A rebound, rather. We're getting a replay of it here in the arena. Carter Yakemchuk goes 5-hole, and it's stopped by Tyson Jugnauth on the backside of his goaltender.
The first shot hits his skate, comes back, goes through Schlenker's legs, and there's Jugnauth to sweep it away on the backhand. My goodness. Remember that moment.
I guess I do have to deaden myself a little bit. I didn't think it found any of the body there of Schlenker. Based on our visual, Schlenker's body, he's got good size, top of his crease. I didn't think he even got a piece of it. I think he did. So it wasn't exactly directly off the shot from Yakemchuk like I thought it was, but nonetheless, still a great stick from Tyson Jugnauth. Schlenker did deaden it there with some part of his lower pads. Hawks kill off the penalty, so they're 4 for 4 on the PK here tonight. Back to full strength with a little over 14 to go in our third period.
We'll see if Portland's able to generate any momentum after that. You know, Calgary kind of took an advantage of the momentum with their 3 kills to generate that power play opportunity themselves.
Hawks gain the line on a backhand from Carson Dick. Look left circle. Buttazzoni had it spirited away by Muranov as Jugnauth works it right wing through Carson Dick. Dick in the corner with Buttazzoni. Played away left wing, Hurtig. Put back up top. Portland's going to go on the power play. And the next, or rather not, no, other way around.
Portland had the puck.
Yeah.
I don't understand why that wasn't blown dead.
Hawks had a puck touch there at the blue line. Arm was in the air from the on-ice referee, Bobby Joe Love. I think he might have just missed that one. I think the Portland bench wondering why as well. And now Kyle Chizowski, frustrated. He just pushed off the net. And he was saying, my defenseman had the puck. Why wasn't the whistle blown right away? I think he was kind of calling the referee out on that mishap. With 13:15 to go, the Hitmen will be going on the power play. Calgary's trying to say that's a delay of game on Chizowski, hoping they'll get a second infraction. We'll straighten this out on the other side of these commercials. You're listening to Winterhawks Hockey and the Hawks Radio Network and watching Wednesday Night in the Dove on WHL Live and YouTube.
Transportation costs with TriMet's reduced fare transit card. If you meet income requirements, get your first month free while you enjoy unlimited rides on buses and trains. Learn more and apply today at trimet.org/save.
The Portland Winterhawks are the coolest team in PDX. Watch future NHL stars in the heart of the Rose City and experience the fun and excitement of Winterhawks hockey. Skate on by and get your tickets now at winterhawks.com.
Hi, this is Carson Dick from Mormon, Saskatchewan. You're listening to Winterhawks Hockey.
Well, it looks like things straighten out here on the in-arena penalty time. They put up 4 minutes on the scoreboard against Kyle Chizowski. So a double minor infraction with 13:15 to go in this hockey game. Portland trailing by 1, and now they're going to be down a man for 4 minutes.
Gustafson is looking for an explanation because they were holding on to that puck when that arm was in the air. I looked over and Schlenker was halfway to his bench.
I don't disagree with you at all there, Josh.
And so then when Chizowski pushes the net off, that's when he gets the extra 2. So we're seeing a replay here. I don't know if we're looking at the right situation, but it is a 5-on-4 for 4 minutes rather than a 5-on-3 for 2 minutes.
They're given a hooking and unsportsmanlike conduct for pushing the net off. It's mooring, not the delay of game. My apologies. Unsportsmanlike on that. And I guess maybe they did show the right play there, Josh. They might have just called it a hook.
Yeah, maybe.
Puck handed off at center by Kindle. Gaining the line, Oliver Tolko's right wing. It's the Hawks' 5th and 6th penalty kills, respectively, of the night.
Good stick by McDonough.
Yakemchuk had it lost. Jugnauth fires it high in the air out to center. And the Hitmen able to skate across the line as they look to attack on the right side boards. Hitman to center, goes off a Slobodian skate. Puck to the corner and wired here on the backhanded blade of Zakreski. That one has enough to get past the defenseman, and out comes McDonough. Skate race to the puck. He goes right circle. McDonough loads it in the slot. Portland shoots. Ryder Thompson sends it way high. Great chance for the Hawks there, down a man. Mike Finelli always talks about wanting to deliver offensive chances, and that was the perfect time to do so. Great skating play by Kyle McDonough. He's had an excellent night on the penalty kill for the Hawks.
Yeah, absolutely. And Portland's had some really good penalty killers over the years. Jaden DeRoe was really good at it. Tyson Kozak, Marcus Newen, who holds the franchise record for shorthanded goals. Simon Knack going back to kind of that COVID era that we don't want to talk about anymore. But just, it's kind of been a staple of Portland that they like to kind of sometimes even call it a power kill.
Right corner, Calgary. Fawcett able to drop it up blue line for Hamilton. Back to Fawcett. Keeps Fawcett left wing. Shot denied. Blocker saved by Schlenker. Bids the rebound to the corner. Right side wall. Fawcett spins. Gets upended. Nice physical play from Thompson. Out to center. Hawks trying to win the stick battle. They get an infraction against the Hitmen. A slashing penalty at center ice, while the Winterhawks tried to steal the puck to go the other way, and that is going to be back-to-back penalty kills. There's only 1:49 left on the clock for the Chizowski double minors. The Hawks officially 6 for 6 on the PK, and they will have a very abbreviated 11-second power play. They won't care about that, though. They're happy, I'm sure, that they just drew this game back to even with the good skating play of Yaremko out to center.
Yeah, Hamilton kind of gave the two-handed tomahawk chant there, or chop there, excuse me. Didn't break Yaremko's stick, but it was enough that it was able to kind of impact the play, whether you want to call it slashing interference. Looked like there might have been a little bit of a grab, so that's one of those plays that is really nerve-wracking for a defenseman when the puck gets behind you. You see somebody...
Hawks shoot left circle for a tip. Good redirection there again by Kyle McDonough. He's having a good start to the third period. Nice save there from Kaysen Kabelka. Kind of stopped Josh's sentence right in his tracks. Right wing. Cole Slobodian to the corner. Portland able to spin a good opportunity, but now the Hitmen will work it out of their zone from right to left. Taking it across the center line is Yakemchuk. He'll gain the attacking zone. Goes wide on Slobodian. And a blue line shot drawn offside. Portland will have a free play at possession, and they go left wing as they across the attacking line. Left side, Buttazzoni trying to dance in. Good stop with a stick there by Hunter Ora. And the feed comes left wing as we approach our midway point of our third period. Hitman gain the attacking line. Sticks to the corner. Ben Kindle dropped up top here for Williams. Dax Williams neutral ice. Fires right. Back off the heel of the stick. Carson Wetch lost the handle. Tyson Jugnauth goes for Ryder Thompson, and he bids this one back on the left boards for Buttazzoni. He'll gain the line with a pass to Ryder Thompson. Thompson, backhander, goes to the corner. Buttazzoni knocks it down. Rolls it for Thompson. Left wing play. Hawks top of the zone. Looking to shoot. Southern skating, firing. Rebound off the right pad of Kabelka. No secondary chance there as the Hitmen able to box out Zakreski and Buttazzoni. Hawks retreated to their defensive zone. An abbreviated power play for Portland will start in 5 seconds. Southern crossing the center line. Left wing pass. Hawks on the wing. Looking to shoot. Nothing there. Out of the box, Chizowski. 7 seconds on the Portland power play. Blue line goes right. It's off the wing and found by Southern. Southern to the wide circle. Hawks turn and shoot. Off the glove. Rebound goes behind the goal line. And a centering bid picked up by Chizowski. The whistle came early. Chizowski puts it into the nets. Hard to hear the whistle. Hawks fans celebrate. There was no doubt, though, a whistle there with 8:57 to go. And now they don't like that late shot from Chizowski. Albeit, though, from our perspective, it was pretty quiet up here in the booth. But no goal on the ice for Portland.
Yeah, that was a one of those situations where I don't know if they expected the whistle to come, and it just whatever happened there. So referees are going to huddle, back up in their crease. We're seeing a replay here as the puck kind of looks like a kind of a batted attempt, and yeah, there's the whistle, and Jugnauth fired it in, but I didn't see what the original signal was. Maybe a potential high stick.
Honestly, me neither.
There's been some weird situations. There was the offside that was over there that when the puck went out of the zone, it was shot down, hit Schlenker. Usually when there's a shot on a delayed offside, it's whistled down. Like I'm having a hard time following a little bit in the last couple of minutes, so my apologies. But looks like both benches are going to try and get an explanation on this one, but I think we're going to stay 5-on-5 here, Nick.
I was going to say Kyle Gustafson's right there with you, too. He's trying to get an explanation to ice level, and I think he's conversing right now with Bobby Joe Love, one of the head referees. Also, of note, we've been talking about bobbling pucks a lot. The ice conditions are not good in this game. I wonder if it's a little bit of that leftover effect from Disney on Ice coming to town. Portland fans don't like what they got. They did draw the face-off out of the zone, so I would imagine they probably assumed it was a high stick deflection from Portland to draw it out of the zone, but I don't think that was anywhere close to a high stick.
But if it was touch with a high stick, shouldn't it come all the way down? Like, that's the, like, I guess I don't know, but it's behind us, play on. You know, if you're Portland, you can't get frustrated, right? Like, it's not going your way so far, but it's a one-shot game right now. And so it's important that you kind of remain level-headed, and they're going to need to kind of continue to find a way. Calgary got a kind of a greasy goal, right? Put a puck to the front of the net, goes off a Winterhawks defenseman's skate in behind Schlenker, but you can't fault him one bit on that goal. So, you know, it's just, again, it's simple hockey, you know, and McDonough's had a really good game. He comes out here with Brown and Duguay, and you know, Duguay had a couple of good looks with a wrist shot. So more of the same if you're Portland. Calgary, you got to kind of continue to stay in your structure.
Hawks left wing off the boards. They bid this one to the end wall and scrapped away up top. Out to neutral ice here for Rudig. He'll bump off the Hitman forward, and a quick shot right circle. Scored! Keats Fawcett walking into the right dot, puts it over the blocker hand of Schlenker. And in transition, Calgary takes a 2-0 lead, 11:38 into our third period.
Yeah, Fawcett comes in and kind of there's a good center lane drive. Reed Brown occupies him, and just a wicked wrister from the top of the circles beats Schlenker up high to the blocker, 2-0 Hitman. But, you know, again, you go right back to simple plays. Get into the zone, put the puck on the net. Good things are going to happen for Calgary. That's it. And then Fawcett, as he goes down the line, does the monkey off the back. So for him, he obviously felt like it's been a while. So good for him to kind of get that monkey off his back and give his team a 2-goal lead.
Gorzinski and Adazinski collect the assists. Hitman offside. They tried to steal a puck there at the Portland blue line. Second of the year for Keats Fawcett.
Yeah, his last goal came October 2nd at home against Saskatoon. So, yeah, it's been a little while for him. So, good for him. Calgary probably wants to see him get going a little bit. You know, as an 18-year-old, those are kind of the players that can really kind of help turn your team. So getting any sort of production from him is really going to go a long way for the Hitmen. Good for him to get off the schneid.
Left circled shot. Didn't get off the stick there of the Portland winger, Kyle Jugnauth. Back into the zone for Kindle. Looks to drive one right corner. And this one's tipped away over to the left side for Buttazzoni. Up the ice right wing. Zakreski gains the line. Fires it back to the left wall. And tipped on the backhand out of the zone on an elevated puck by Axel Hertig with 7:23 to go. A little shy of our next media stoppage here. A 2-0 Calgary lead. And how about the goaltender, Kaysen Kabelka? First appearance, first start in the Western League. Currently looking down the barrel at a 23-save shutout and counting. Hawks trying to put more pucks his way, and we'll get a timeout called here from head coach Paul McFarland.
Yeah, after an icing, not being able to change his skaters, looking for an opportunity to just kind of give those guys a rest. I don't think there's anything here beyond that. Just, a little bit of a brief conversation. For Portland, you probably want to kind of split this up if you can. You can't get two all in one shift. Keep it simple. And you're going to try and maybe get one in the next 4 minutes. Give yourself an opportunity with the extra attacker. Calgary, no odd man rushes against. That's kind of your goal at this point. You want to be above the puck at all opportunities. Get into your forecheck and get into your neutral zone. Maybe play that 1-2-2 forecheck that we saw on Monday night against Tri-City when Tri-City started to try and push the play a little bit. So just kind of, for Portland though, you got to keep going. It's not over. We've seen them. No matter the score, this Winterhawks team tries to continue to play the game the same way all the time, not cheat the game. So we'll see how they do in the last 7 minutes and 20 seconds.
Right corner now to deflection. Bids one into the Portland zone after the timeout, but they were not at center ice. So back-to-back icing whistles assessed on the Calgary Hitmen. We've seen the Winterhawks in this spot before. They're able to climb out of this, so you can never count this Portland team out, no doubt. But obviously, you got to get some chances to go your way. Nothing's really smooth for them tonight offensively when it seemed like 3 nights ago they had everything going for them. Calgary left wing. They'll fire a pass to the right side. Wetch walking in. Wetch shoots. Missed the net there on Schlenker. Bounced off the corner out the center. Wyatt Pisarchuk goes right wing for Hamilton, and he'll rifle it around the glass for a left wing shot of Vidson. Vidson missed the net. That one had so much steam. Schlenker didn't even have a chance to get back in between the crease. And Jugnauth floats a puck up to the forward, Hudson Darby. Left wing. Chipped in puck for Portland's Yaremko. Touched out, near side Kosick. Portland steals. Good move by Zoni. Looks to shoot. Left the puck behind. Hawks go to the blue line for Thompson. Hawks left circle, right side. Sutherland, he'll shoot. Nice shot there. Better save. Kabelka closes the door shut on the Portland defender. In on that low right circled shot, and we'll take it to a timeout. 6:26 to go in our third period. 2-0 Hitmen. You're listening to Winterhawks Hockey on the Hawks Radio Network and watching live on WHL Live and YouTube on the Wednesday night In the Dub coverage.
Looking for a better healthcare experience? Welcome to Zoom Care, where your care journey is beyond better. Get the urgent, primary, and emergency care you need, when, where, and how you want it. With online scheduling, evening and weekend hours, and neighborhood clinics near you, Zoom Care makes getting exceptional care easy. And our team of providers are with you every step of the way, from check-in to check-up to check-out. Zoom Care, beyond better healthcare.
Save money on your transportation costs with TriMet's Reduced Fare Transit Card. If you meet income requirements, get your first month free while you enjoy unlimited rides on buses and trains. Learn more and apply today at trimet.org/save.
Hi, this is Reed Brown from Tempe, Arizona. You're listening to Winterhawks Hockey.
Final minutes of our third period, ready to roll here in Portland. Hawks shots 24. Calgary has 25. Hitmen lead 2-0. Adazinski wins the face-off, bids one behind the net, and it goes over to the right side boards. Well, of all the teams in the Western League, Portland Winterhawks have their lowest point percentage in their all-time history against the Calgary Hitmen franchise. 500 is what they are on home ice. And they'll drive this one to the circle here for Chizowski. But interesting the note of that, too, because I wanted to say they were the lowest because out of every other franchise, Portland has a winning record, which maybe is expected, right? But still pretty hard to do against 21 other franchises in the Western League. The Hitmen, though, looking strong on the scoreboard in the waning minutes of this one. 5:35 to go. Portland sets up offensively. Rudig goes right. Fake shot from Chizowski. Hawks will walk it in on the right side, and Chizowski spins it back. Blue line shot. Rudig, nice shot block right on the shin pads by Muranov. Chizowski will catch it, loads it back left circle. Portland trying to operate this one like a power play, even though it's 5-on-5. They try to find center ice. Chizowski, his feed intercepted. I think he wanted to put that one back up top for Rudig, and Portland will change personnel. Like the offensive time, though, for the Hawks. Trying to put one onto the net right now. Kabelka, left wing. They'll gain the Hitman line. Winterhawks left side, McDonough. He'll look onward. Two players battling. Forecheck won by Duguay and Brown. The pass disrupted, and the Hitmen go the other direction. Oliver Tolk finds Kindle. Ben Kindle hands it over to the Winterhawk defender. Portland Southern up the right wall. Drives a pass left wing for Thompson. Left circled shot. Knocked down. Kabelka. Rebound. Finds the stick of Ryder Thompson. Southern triggers it low. 4:24 to go in our third period. McDonough shoots from the slot. Goes wide of the net. Rebound back over to the forward sticks, and a quick chance from a sharp angle goes off the corner boards and all the way back out to center ice.
Better offensive zone shift there by the Winterhawks. Got a couple of looks. Not quite able to generate too much, but at least had a second opportunity.
Southern trying to dangle his way across the offensive line. Lost an edge in the process. Needed some help, but got the pass over to the right wing there for Carson Dick. Portland right corner. We'll keep an eye on Marek Schlenker. The Hawks need to pull a Mike coming about the next minute 30, if not even sooner. Portland's looking for chances, and they're certainly got a couple back-to-back here. Hitman out of the defensive zone. Valiant fires it onto the Portland net. Schlenker gloves it, keeps it there. And face-off back in the Portland zone as he holds that one on the glove.
Portland's defense is always not afraid to jump up in the play, not always ready to pinch when needed, but especially now. Tyson Jugnauth was there below the dots along the half wall trying to get an opportunity. As we're looking here at maybe the save of the night with Schlenker back, I think that was back in the first period that we're seeing right now. Those of you that are watching in the second period, Nick, that those of you that are watching on YouTube for the first WHL Wednesday dub of the night, is that what it is?
Wednesday night in the dub?
Wednesday night in the dub. I knew I was going to stumble over my words on those.
Good new initiative, too, for casual WHL viewers. Maybe you're a fan of another team. Hawks shoot. Oh, boy. Josh Sekreski nearly interrupted that thought. Still 5-on-5 action, 3:20 to go. But if you're a fan of the Western Hockey League and you want to see some future NHL talent, Wednesday night in the dub might be the spot to do it. Let's get a chance to look at some upcoming stars in the National League. Both teams have a couple of drafted players. Long-range shot easily gobbled up there by Kabelka. Arguably the two highlighted ones we talked about were Yakemchuk there, first-round pick of Ottawa. Third-round selection from Seattle with Jugnauth. Wetch, one of them as well, the high-end pick of the San Jose Sharks. And then you got 8 total players combined between these two teams on NHL Central Scouting. And nice, right when you go into the holiday break, I think the Wednesday night in the dub schedule, they only announced the first half before the holiday break, but there's pretty much a game every week leading up to the holiday break. So love that, too. You'll get a lot of midweek games in the Western League. Jugnauth feeds it across after a shot block there off the stick of Jordan Duguay. Hawks blue line. They try to roll a backhander, but it's stopped. Good read by Kindle. Ben Kindle drives it back into the Portland zone, and Jugnauth fires across here for Hudson Darby. Darby stick handling across the center line. Plays it left wing, and it's over now for Buttazzoni. Hawks pull their goaltender. Player gets tripped up. 2:30 to go. Good stop with the skates there by Jugnauth. 6-on-5 with the extra attacker for Portland. Left circle, denied. It's blocked there by Tolk. Right wing, Jugnauth. Jugnauth cutting. Looking to the left circle for Buttazzoni. Tries to lock up the stick of Oliver Tolk. Shot fired into the corner. Portland will get the icing whistle. They can get back in time, and they will. A late change from the forwards as Chizowski comes out. The Winterhawks still do have their timeout, though I don't think they're going to use it now, but very likely with essentially a top power play unit line on the ice right now for the Winterhawks, plus Carter Southern. Once this line gets a little bit gassed, they'll probably utilize the timeout then if the whistles act accordingly. So this is crunch time for Portland. 2:09 on the clock. Hawks trail by 2 on home ice. Good face-off win for Portland. Quick shot circle, better blocked by Adzinski. Feed behind the goal line for Josh Sekreski. Right wing pass, dishing it up top for Jugnauth. Jugnauth back to Zakreski from one alternate captain to the other. Jugnauth shot tipped down, picked up, side of the net, scored! Diego Bonazzoni goals in back-to-back games. Hawks left post get on the board with 1:53 to go.
That all start
life.
Yeah, a little bit of life for Portland. Jugnauth keeps the puck in at the blue line and then is able to kind of just, as he's done all year, just kind of that harmless wrist shot that it looks like on its way to the front of the net. I believe Kabelka was able to get an initial attempt at that, and Bonazzoni won his battle to the right of Kabelka and was able to tuck it in. That goal comes with a minute 53 left. No, the puck did not get all the way through. It was blocked out in front, as we're seeing the replay here now. Kabelka makes a save. I believe that's off Chizowski. The rebound then goes to Bonazzoni. Absolutely. So Schlenker's back in the net as the puck is down here. So don't leave early.
Well, 7th goal of the year for Bonazzoni. Hawks back within 1. 97 seconds to go in this hockey game. So it should read Bonazzoni from Chizowski and Jugnauth at the 18:07 mark of the period. Hawks negate the icing whistle with their skating play. Back to the bench, Schlenker. Here we go, 1:18 to play. 6-on-5. Portland once again, but the return pass, blue line, goes behind Southern. Left wing dish. Now behind the net. And played off the wall to the corner now. Yaremko, 53 on the clock. Goes blue line, Jugnauth. Jugnauth shoots, looks for a tip. Chizowski picks it up, wires it wide. Missed the glove, had to have it settled down, and this one popped out past the Portland player. Southern trying to catch it, could not, and it's thrown into the open net by Carson Wetch with 39 seconds to go. A 3-1 lead for Calgary.
Yeah, for Portland, it's just kind of been that night. The puck bounces over. I believe that was Chizowski. I think you said stick, and wasn't quite able to get it there. And you just, again, for Calgary, bend but don't break. Good opportunity. Went by the wayside for Portland, and give credit for Calgary getting that empty netter and getting that insurance marker.
Well, 2 goals scored now in the 6-on-5 situation. Hitmen get the empty net goal to solidify this victory in 30 seconds. Carson Wetch, unassisted, his 7th of the year. As Josh was just saying, too, just a bouncing puck. We were looking right down the barrel of a Chizowski shot for this right circle. The viewers on WHL Live and WHL YouTube have the same angle we do on that shot, and just missed it glove side. Because of that, it was so hard of a shot, it kind of bounced its way on the ice a few times, rolled over the defensive stick. Carson Wetch just out-muscled Carter Southern for the opportunity. We'll get one final shot and one extra save on the first career win for Kaysen Kabelka. Comes to Portland as an affiliate player. First career WHL start and appearance. First career WHL victory. 28 saves on 29 shots. And the Hitmen win tonight 3-1 on the road to get their 8th of the year.
Yeah, I was watching Axel Hertog picked up the puck, made a beeline for it. That was me. He was grabbing that puck for his netminder, and they swarm off the bench to congratulate Kabelka. So, he played really well tonight for the Hitmen, and they've got a tremendous future in net with him and two. So, and it looks like Calgary's going to salute. I think they might have got a couple of fans or family in town, giving a quick little salute there from Hertog. So, for Calgary, really solid game for them, right? I think they played to structure. We talked about that throughout the night. They kind of get that first goal, then they're able to get one off the rush. Played well, blocked a couple shots, survived the 6-on-5, get the empty net goal by Wetch. And they've got 2 games left, I believe, on their U.S. Division swing as they're playing 6 games in 9 nights.
They do. Calgary zigzagging their way through the U.S. Division as well. Not the easiest trek for them. Seattle to Everett, that part's easy. You go Tri-City, you cross back into Portland. You got Spokane, but you aren't heading back home. You got to go to Wenatchee before you go back. So they're all over the map, just drawing up the Pacific Northwest. And they drew up a 3-2 win tonight their second win on the trip, and eighth overall win of the year.
Sorry, Nick, 3-1 win tonight. Excuse me.
3-1 win. We'll send it to a break. That has been your regulation period of Wednesday night in the Dub. Thanks for joining us here tonight. We'll come back with our post-game show to wrap up tonight's action between Portland and Calgary. You're watching Wednesday night in the Dub on WHL Live and WHL YouTube, and right here on the Winterhawks Radio Network.
Office Furniture Direct is the area's leader for office furniture at a fraction of its original price. Whether it's 3 or 300 recycled matching workstations, they have it. And now Office Furniture Direct is your source for the best price and finest installation on new from the factory office systems. Find them online at officefurnituredirect-pdx.com or call 503-246-4900. Office Furniture Direct, Portland's most respected office furniture dealer.
Office Furniture Direct.
When you share your food, you share your heart. So what's on your table this holiday season? Save on your festive feast at Fred Meyer with delicious deals on all the holiday classics. Or wow the crowd with something new, like a quinoa stuffed butternut squash. It's sure to add a pop of color to your spread. How about a sweet potato casserole with a crunchy oat streusel topping, made with care for the sweet tooth and the savory tooth? With Fred Meyer, fill your table with love and watch as your guests' hearts get as full as their bellies. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
Dear Winter Warriors, heading to Mount Hood Meadows? A Toyota truck is your ticket straight to the top, like the legendary Tacoma or the rugged Tundra. So load up those skis, snowboards, and hot cocoa and head for the mountains in an adventure-ready Toyota truck. Visit your local Toyota dealer to learn more about promotions with Mount Hood Meadows. Toyota, let's go places.
Portland Winterhawks hockey brought to you by Jamba and Portland Internetworks.
Well, let's wrap up our coverage here for the Winterhawks' 18th game of the season here on home ice. Didn't go their way tonight as they fall 3-1 in the hands of the Calgary Hitmen. Now back-to-back losses in back-to-back seasons against Calgary. But fortunately for the Winterhawks, you jump right back on the horse, and you're back on home ice this Friday night, 7 p.m. hockey game against the Red Deer Rebels, another team out east. And that is our Hawks Fight Hunger Night as well, presented by Fred Meyer. Big initiative there to help give back to our community. Portland certainly needed a full team effort this evening and just could not quite find it. Ice conditions not favoring both sides. Pretty sloppy hockey game at times. Then you kind of got a little spark, right? There were some power play chances. And, hey, we were talking. I thought the power play might be the difference for both these teams. But the penalty kills proved to be the difference maker instead. Portland, 6 for 6 in the penalty kill. Easily their strongest point of the night. And the Calgary Hitmen 4 for 4 on its PK as Portland prepares for a quick turnaround with a home game on Friday, a road game in Vancouver on Saturday night. And for the Calgary Hitmen, obviously, as we wrap that one up, they are right back on the road, and they'll try to wrap things up in their weekend game as well, as they still have a couple more games left on their trip. The team's traveling a total of 1,900 kilometers, according to their game notes coming into this one from Alberta, and it's that daunting 6-game stretch in 9 nights, and they now improve to a 2-2 road trip here in the U.S. Division. Nick Merrick alongside Josh Kreitzer will wrap this one up. I think from Portland's side, kind of a really tough hockey game. I don't think you're going to like the chances for in this hockey game. There weren't many against them. That's the positive news. But in terms of what we saw Portland in the last couple of games in this month, really all 3 games this month, good effort in Spokane on the road to start the month. Excellent performance in a televised game against Seattle, in Seattle. Better game in Wenatchee on Saturday night. Awesome performance, awesome opportunities. Tonight, just team kind of came out flat. They couldn't seem to find it. You lose a key top 6 contributor, midway point of this hockey game, and Ryan Miller. Obviously, we don't have updates of his condition right now. Hopefully everything's okay for Ryan Miller and company, but obviously in great hands. You just hope the severity of it's not going to be much long term. But clearly when a player doesn't come back to a hockey game after having an intermission to come back, you wonder if he's going to be able to go on Friday. Obviously, we aren't doctors, but you lean towards the chances probably aren't going to be great just based on the visuals we saw leaving the ice. And Calgary kind of locked things down. It's an interesting team because Calgary coming into this one, they don't allow a lot of shots. That was the one thing maybe we didn't have a chance to talk about during the course of the game. But I remember in the pre-scout when I was looking at just some notes, they're top 5 in the WHL in shots against per game. They have a very low total, even though Eric Two, their main goaltender right now, he's a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's their guy, right? He's the one that made the roster. But then because of the shuffling, you bring in a 17-year-old affiliate player. You have 10 games from your 16-year-old, but his save percentage at 90%. His goals against average very good at a 3.17. So a younger net-minding tandem there for Calgary to work with. But because of that youth, they obviously take care of the puck in front of them. And I feel like that's probably the message tonight. There was no Portland chances outside of maybe one or two where you're thinking, wow, that was the Portland opportunity to get back in this hockey game. It's hard to pinpoint that one tonight in the post-game show. It just felt like it was a good structured Hitman team that kind of kept Portland at bay and executed their game plan a little better than the Hawks.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I think for Portland it was a lot of one and done. I think there was maybe one or two, maybe three chances where they had a second look at Kabelka. But give a lot of credit to him, right? Like, he was positionally strong. There wasn't a lot that he was maybe out of position or oversliding or anything like that. I thought there was maybe one Carter Southern chance that he might have overslid a little bit. But a lot to like from him. And, you mentioned, a 16-year-old, in two, he's a late birthday, right? So, like, he's even younger of a 16 as well.
Good point.
From Portland's perspective, though, after the performance you had in Wenatchee, you hope you kind of be able to kind of continue it so much going forward. And I think they had the right ideas. The execution was just off, right? I don't think there was a fundamental flaw in the strategy or the approach or the decision-making. It was just pucks just weren't sitting right for him tonight. It was just a little bit on the execution side. So I think that's going to be something they're really going to need to clean up against Red Deer on Friday night. Nick, for me, I always enjoyed being on this broadcast. I'd be remiss if I didn't say happy birthday to the mother. She's listening back home in Minnesota. I know it's late for her, so appreciate her and everybody else who's tuning in on YouTube and Wednesday night in the Dub. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe on the video. I've watched enough YouTube in my day to know what to say on that. All right, so there's plenty of more games coming up in the WHL. I believe next week was Everett and Lethbridge, I believe, if I'm remembering.